This is what every state player wants to play for. The Marge Morris Trophy and the Ali Shield. The Australian Sides Championships hold such esteem and such an illustrious title for anybody that has saluted at it. Whether it's best rink to the overall, it doesn't matter. Each player wants to hold one of these pieces of silverware. This is the 2024 Australian Sides Championships and Ringside Live at Club Tweed. Val Febo here with you for what is going to be one of the most sensational competitions yet. Very, very excited to be here, and joining me once again, as he did throughout the majority of the Para-Nationals and the Australian Senior Sides Championships, the man of the people, Paul Holschke. Paul, welcome.
Good morning, Val. You're far too nice, Val. But welcome, viewers, and welcome to the wonderful Club Tweed.
It's going to be brilliant. They go through their trial ends and they're about to get underway, Paul. So we'll go through the teams. Western Australia and Tasmania's women. That is who we are covering. We'll go through all of the scoreboard graphics and everything in a sec. But for Western Australia, Lisa Smith, Lisa Brannan, Kristina Ace-Watson, and of course, Kristina Krstic right at home, Jackaroo. They're up against Tasmania's Crystal Brooks, Joy Voss, Mikayla Baker, and Courtney Hobbs. Very much looking forward to this. The masterboard, as we had during senior sides, on the top right hand of your screen. The bottom to middle has all of the different rinks, and that is what we're playing to. 21 ends, no time limit. We go as long as we want. And this is going to be a brilliant clash because all three rinks are pretty evenly matched. We might have some lopsided results here and there, but this is going to be awesome. Paul, what are you looking forward to the most?
A good contest, actually. I think this will be a good one. Tasmania versus WA. So, and having obviously Kristina skipping the WA rink, obviously Commonwealth Games gold medalist, with Ellen Fyfe now. We send our best wishes to Ellen, who's at home looking after her new baby.
Yes, Archie.
And I'm sure she's probably watching on and watching Kristina do her thing. But I think we're in for a hotly contested contest on this green, which has been magnificently prepared. Considering we had 35 mils of rain last night, it poured. Absolutely poured last night. But you wouldn't know that today. The sun is out. There's hardly a cloud in the sky that we can see from here, Val. And they're all excited. They've had their march on. We've had the opening ceremony. And we're ready for 4 days of very good competition here this morning at Club Tweed. So currently, looks like Tasmania are holding one, maybe two. We've got to get to know all the different bowls and who's using what, but we're in for a cracking game here.
We sure are. We know how esteemed a lot of these players are. Kristina Krstic, she is going to hold a big draw card in this rink and across the rinks that she plays because of who she is and what she's achieved. Michael Shingles watching on from Tasmania. He's been watching on a lot throughout this Nationals campaign.
He's very faithful.
Very much. It's going to be a sensational competition, we know that.
Well, Tasmania holding two. Mikayla, I was asked to come down on the forehand. She slid on through. But yeah, it's amazing considering the rain that we've had over the last fortnight. The greens look magnificent. You wouldn't even know. Except the ditches, Bell.
Yeah, they're
not sand anymore. It's
that's in
a river.
That's an ant's resort. That,
but
a nice little lap pool for an ant. But it's unbelievable if you came down to Club Tweed and had a look at those ditches. They are almost filled to the brim with water. So that one there from
It will only
Mikayla.
be a matter of an hour or two, and they'll all be gone. All the water will be gone.
Yeah, it'll be drained pretty easily. So Mikayla
Anyway,
just not hitting her straps there.
ACT still holding one.
ACT.
Oh, sorry.
You did it again.
Tasmania.
You
Oh, I've
called
done it already.
ACT Tasmania the other day.
We did do ACT. Sorry, viewers. I have to apologise. Hello. Good morning to all those ACT viewers anyway. I'm sure there's some with us. Especially a big welcome to all our Tasmanian viewers. And if you're from WA watching in, it's very early in the morning. So
5:34 in the morning. So I don't think they'd be watching. There might be some keen beans, but
if you are from WA watching, please give a shout out in the chat. We'd love to hear from you.
so now time for Courtney Hobbs to introduce herself to the match, and it's it in there. It's an interesting
It's tough to
head
say,
here.
isn't it?
Very interesting head.
It's close. What can
Any sort of
Kristina do?
yeah. This is a good option for Chrissy. She's got a lot of assurance to that left-hand side of screen, and she understands what these rinks are doing, having played on it at the Champion of Champions.
Well,
That is number one, I reckon.
on the absolute here,
It
no
has
doubt,
fallen
no
out.
doubt about that.
Did fall out though,
No, I don't think so.
but we shall see.
What can Courtney do? She's got wide XG, same as Kristina.
It's going to hold.
Just going to slide on.
Chrissy's are more on the orange side.
Fantastic weight. And as we know, the best players have the best weight control.
And Chrissy, we have seen it on the biggest of stages. Let's see what she can do. This is going to turn. She's not happy with it.
If she got some of the jack, she could have picked up a bit of a handful there.
Yep, so the end total,
We're about to find out.
yeah, may have gone to Tassie with that last. We're going to get a measure here. That final bowl from Courtney Hobbs was pretty close. Western Australia's women last won this in 2010.
It's going to be very close here. What do you reckon, Robbie? That one, Kristina.
Robbie Allen controlling our pictures.
So WA take the first end.
1-0, 20 to go. So plenty of time. Absolutely plenty of time. 21 ends of fours. No time limit.
Are you saying we could be here a while, Val?
Well, it's generally been the consensus. Anytime sides has been happening, you generally see about 3 hours for a 21 end game of fours.
Yeah, somewhere between 3.5.
It's probably about the drive from Melbourne to Bright if you're from Victoria. Or from Northern Territory to Katherine, as we found out the other day. Or from, Darwin to Katherine.
Yes. I haven't been to Bright for a long time.
Beautiful part of the world.
It is a very pretty part of northern Victoria.
So Australian Sides Championships start up this morning. The other rinks or the other matchups that are going on at the present time across the four greens: Queensland and South Australia, Northern Territory and Victoria, and New South Wales and the ACT. So looking forward to seeing how all of those pan out. The Australian Sides Championships, the last time either of these two states won the respective titles, well, Tasmania still yet to win the Marge Morris Trophy. Western Australia last won it in 2010. They also won the overall that year as well.
All right, so Crystal Brooks from Tasmania is leading off. She's got the light blue and the dark blue XGs, and she's just drawn the shot. Great start. Second for WA is Lisa
Brannan.
It's got an A in it. Brannan.
So Brannan, yes.
She has the, I think they're black bowls.
Yeah.
And she's from Mount Pleasant. Must be a
It's
very pleasant place to play.
Bit better than Mount Disappointment. I laughed a lot when I heard that was a place. Mount Disappointment. Why would you ever go there?
And that's in Victoria too, Val.
Yep. Sure is, but...
And this is Joy Voss from Tasmania. And she plays out of the Glenrauchie, I think. Glenorchy Rodman Bowling Club, which is in Hobart. And this is her debut at the Australian Sides Championship. So she's a little bit on the nervous side.
That's all right. It happens. This is a very big tournament to play in, and I know a lot of people... This is where a lot of state bowlers aspire to get to. And if you make it, it's essentially like you've reached the pinnacle, and then anything from there on is a bonus if you get to represent Australia or play in a Bowls Premier League. But I think a lot of people probably hold this in the highest
Very high
esteem.
esteem, that's correct. So Joy, her weight was very good. Even though we've had so much rain, the greens are taking a fair bit of grass. The speed would probably be just under 14. All right. This is Christine Ace Watson. She's got the orange SRVs. And she plays at the Mossman Bowling Club. Originally from a little club called Boulder. I'd say that would be just out of Perth somewhere. I wouldn't know. Wouldn't know where Boulder is. Maybe we'll have to Google that one. Hopefully there's some people tuning in from Boulder supporting Christine. So ACT still holding one.
Boulder. It's just South Kalgoorlie. No, that's right. I was talking to Doug Kelly the other day, and Kalgoorlie and Boulder have a really big rivalry.
Right.
So down near Kalgoorlie, so fair way out from Perth inland.
There was a golf tournament over in WA last weekend.
Was
WA PGA Championship or something.
There you go.
And it was played at Kalgoorlie.
There you go.
And you should have seen the... if you missed the fairway, you were on... looked like sandy gravel.
There you go.
There was no rough, just
gravel.
Just gravel. And if you landed in the gravel, you had to play out of it.
Wouldn't do wonders for the clubs.
It looked like a great club. Look forward to going over there and playing one day.
I don't think... I'm not a golfer and don't enjoy watching or anything like that. So
that's okay.
Don't reckon I'll be frequenting, but there you go.
All right, Kristina one down, coming in on her backhand, right of screen, looking to disrupt the head, and I would say she has just drawn the shot. My goodness. You can see why she's a gold medalist for Australia. Courtney Hobbs from East Launceston is certainly going to have her work cut out today. But that's okay.
But that's why she's been asked to skip her rink. They believe in her. Just going around the back. So Western Australia currently in control.
Holding one. That view can be deceptive there, Robbie. But I'm quietly confident it's one. As Kristina looking this time. Geez, her weight is sensational. She might have made two, I think.
I think she might have, or was that just a one call? Might just be the one, yeah. I think so.
All right.
Just knocked it in, but
it's
a good home.
Courtney would be changing her hands, you would think. Looking to come on the... No, she's going to stick on the backhand. She's going to back herself to draw this in. She's gone out a little bit wide.
It's not going to come back from there.
Because if she was able to come on the forehand, move that jack,
yeah,
she could have picked up a couple.
It was just those bowls, those front bowls in her line of sight. So just one more to Western Australia, but they tick up to a 2-0 lead to start proceedings here. On the master board, it's 2-1 in favour of Western Australia. 3-1 now. Rebecca Van Ash rink is going to hold very important. I think these are two rinks that you'd think probably Western Australia win this with the Chrissy factor, and then Tassie win the second rink because of the Beck factor, but then that Lisa Featherby and Mikayla Gibson rink might have a lot to do with it in the overall result. Joe Whitehead watching on from Cairns. Good to have your company. Boss War Eagle watching from Louisiana in the US. Looks like we're having a beautiful day of bowls. Yes, it's pretty stunning out here at Club Tweed. Forecast for today, 23 degrees, but there's not many clouds in the sky at the moment. Tim Dowse watching on as well. Good Tassie representative. Has been to the Australian Championships many times and has been at this stage before. Good to have your company. And Fiona Hall as well watching on. The Queen of Mudgery Bar. Got the one and only Clive Adams on this rink as well. Or this green, I should say. Playing in the men's competition. Looking for his maiden Ali Shield. It's his 21st Australian Sides Championships.
Oh, my goodness. There's be some people playing out there who weren't even born when he started.
No. No, they weren't. I think he made his debut 2000, 2001. Some of the young females, like Kate Argent-Bowden and Sophie Kurzman, were born well after that. Nathan Black's only 21. Nick Cahill wasn't born. Jack East, I don't think would have been born either. It's a nice delivery there from Lisa Brannan. Joy Voss. Not too much joy there. Scott Hodgetts watching on from Tasmania. He's a good Tassie supporter, is Scott. Good to have your company.
Oh. What a cracking bowl. 2 cracking bowls by Lisa Brannan. These distinctive black bowls. They certainly do stand out these days if you're using black. What did Mr. Henry Ford say about black? Didn't he have a...
I don't know.
You can have any colour car as long as it's black.
There you go.
Well, that's how it used to be back in the day, Val. Everything was black bowls, but now we have these wonderful coloured bowls. Certainly brought more life and more colour to the sport. And certainly, dare say, commentating when there was all black bowls on the rink would have been a very difficult task. So you should be very thankful, Val, that you don't have to commentate.
No,
We should organise that one day. Just get all the black bowls out and see how you go.
I will refuse. I will sit there in silence. Because it's just, it's so much easier. And I think with black bowls, there was a lot more sort of... There wasn't live streaming back in those days. And it was all... If it was broadcast, it was televised. So the cameras could zoom right into which bowl was which. They had upper angles. They had all sorts of things.
Oh, I think you just got it easier these days, Val.
Oh, we do. But back then, to commentate those black bowls, if we did it on live stream, it'd be impossible. But to do it on broadcast, it'd be... All
right. Mikayla Baker coming down on her backhand. Oh, she's just going to land. Had very good weight.
Actually, David's saying that they used to be on black and white TVs. So, yeah, that certainly wouldn't help.
No.
You right there?
That would certainly add to the drama, wouldn't it? Black and white. So just imagine. We've come a long way in this world. And it's good to hear, good to see a lot of people commenting on the chat. So thank you.
Good to have everyone's company wherever you are watching around the world. Tell us where you are watching from.
Jenny Bruce from WA. Obviously up nice and early.
It's Chrissy running in behind this one.
David Gerwin from Tasmania watching on. I'm guessing you're from... Luke Turner, good morning, lads. Good morning to you, Luke, wherever you may be.
They might not be from Tassie.
I think he is, David. He is from
Burnie. There you go. Right. We'll be there next year.
I know David. He's a very big supporter of the BPL Cup. And
is there anybody...
Loves his bowls link, too.
Is there anybody that you don't know, Paul? You are the man of the people.
There are a lot of people I don't know. Scott Hodges. He's on his way to work.
Oh, no.
Hodgetts, sorry, Scott. Depends what you're going to do, Scott.
If you're in an office job, you can set up that second screen and just have a listen in and watch on.
All right, WA holding a couple here. Christine's been drawing beautifully on her backhand.
She has. Well, she understands what these rinks are doing. And this one, if she's got the weights, no.
She had the right weight too.
Oh, it might. Yes, it did.
Snuck in there.
That is a sensational finish, and it just shows how true these greens are running at the moment. I'm not quite sure if she's got it. It's close.
All right, what can Courtney do?
It's a good track. It's going to come back at some stage. Doesn't want to crash into Chrissy's. She's not. She's going to go under.
Oh, my goodness.
What an effort.
Second shot.
What an effort.
What a bowl. From 3 down to 1 down. What a great result.
So 3-0 is the score, and we have some Tassie royalty. Kim Saunders watching on as well from Launceston, wishing our Tassie girls a fantastic game. Go Tassie. She was, of course, one of the...
home already?
Yeah, they had a couple of days to get home.
She muck around, did she?
Yeah, one of the skips for Tasmania in the senior sides championships, who performed quite well. We had her on stream.
We did.
Against the NT, and
we did.
Can safely say that I think she would have felt a bit robbed, because they could have scored about 45 in that match, but Bronwyn Haggard just continued to save and save and save. I think 7 down to 1 up.
Down 7 twice.
1 up twice.
And she was 7 down on the mat and got shot twice. I don't think we'll ever see that again. And there was another end, she was 6 down. And
there were two ends when she was 6 down, and then only went 1 down. Which is just
two
insane.
Ends where she was 7 down.
No, I'm saying that where she was 6 down as well.
Oh, right, as well. She, wow, great start here by Crystal from Kingbarra. This is also her first nationals. She's using XGs.
So Scott's saying, sadly, no office job. May be able to tape his phone to his forklift. Maybe don't. just to... make sure you keep your job, Scott. Unless it's safe to do so, of course.
Got Mark from England. Thank you, Mark. Don't know what time of day it is over there. It's probably early in the morning. Very early.
No, 11:52 at night.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Kim Saunders, there you go. Bronny saved 27 shots during our game. And Aaron Jaros watching from Paddington in Sydney. And guess what? He's at the gym. That's the only place we would expect you to be, Aaron. Great to have your company.
Pumping those weights.
Yeah, he's
keeping
always
in shape. Like me.
If we need a bodyguard here at Ringside Live, some security, Aaron might be our first point of call. Got Maxine watching from Wodonga.
Lisa Brennan with her black bowls. Another great effort.
Only 10:52 p.m. for Mark, so it's pretty good. Nice evening over there in England. We might have to have a quick word. No, she's moved out of the way. Well done, Courtney.
All right, Joy. What can Joy do? She just hasn't managed to find her line yet, but I'm sure that'll come.
It's difficult when you have to keep changing hands on this rink in particular because of that tighter side. I know Emma Boyd, we had her on during the under-18s and Champ of Champs. She said this is her favourite rink to play on because once you get used to it, you have it on a string.
Isn't that nice? Oh, Lisa Brannan. Tassie still holding one. All right, can Joy get a grass this time? This is also her first year debuting at the Australian Sides Championships from Glenorchy Rodman. She's a back-to-back singles state champion. And she's also won the fours, so she's been a very successful bowler. Let's hope she can bring that today. Okay, Christine.
Bit of weight behind this.
She must have a little bit of a run at it.
It was good. A good effort from Chrissy to stop that going in the ditch because that would have...
But it could be a good catcher though. The jack could spit out that way.
Mark, complimenting our coverage as well. We thank you for the kind words and great to have your company wherever you are watching around the world. Please let us know where you are watching from as well. We'll try and get to everybody. We've got Maxine from Wodonga. Kylie Whitehead territory.
Yeah, Kylie not playing this year.
No, she's got a lot on her plate though. She's got BPL, getting married.
Getting married.
This one's coming through here for Christine. It's going to hold, but it might stay.
Oh, wow.
So
Tassie now holding two.
yeah, Chrissy might have to have a little run at this. Or maybe there's a gap to squeeze that jack through.
All right.
Because if that jack does go through, I don't know if it can fit through those two poles, but if it does...
She just wants to stay up. I think it's going to go through into the watery ditch. There's still water in there.
Yeah, and the players are doing really well in having that awareness to stop the bowls from going in there because it would make them quite slippery.
Again, a sensational morning here at Club Tweed. The flags are hardly moving today, which is great. I'm sure the wind will pick up at some stage. There's a few clouds in the sky, but it's pretty nice. It's nice and blue. The sun's trying to peek its head out. Got quite a few spectators here already, which is great.
Yep, a lot of support staff as well. But these are the best bowlers in the world, or some of the best bowlers in the world. And
certainly the best bowlers in Australia anyway.
Well, one of them is the best bowler in the world because Kelsey Cottrell is ranked world #1. So we're very lucky to have such an esteemed group of bowlers out here. And, you know, you look at the Queensland team, you look at the New South Wales team, and then all the other states that we've got. It was weird seeing Nick Cahill in blue. Chrissy, she's tight.
Well, there you go. You force her to play with a little bit of weight, and but ask her to draw. She was magnificent, but it's only early on. Now, Courtney at a third.
She's gone out way too wide here.
As they say, good skippers are able to add numbers, but not on this occasion. So Tassie will take two.
So they're on the board in this rink, 3-2. That's after 4 ends here on rink 1, green 1, and the master board, all importantly for Tasmania, has them in front 7-4. Very impressive. Luke Turner saying not to mention Aaron Sheriff. And no, Aaron actually isn't the world number one anymore. Izzat Zulkepler from Malaysia has overtaken him on those world bowls rankings.
Oh, well. Anyone can win in this game. But I'm sure if the two had a head-to-head, I'd put my money on Aaron.
Oh, look, you'd put your money on Aaron Sheriff. Not that we encourage gambling, but you'd probably favour Aaron Sheriff across many of the matches that he plays. But Izzat Zulkepler in singles play is one of the best players in the world. We saw that 2022 Champion of Champions final against Sam Tolchard, where it took an absolute bomb from the Englishman to win that in the final end and final bowl of that tiebreaker set. It was at 9 I believe. Taylor Bruce winning that year as well, beating Carla Krzanik in the final. Nice little starter there from Lisa Smith, but she'll lie one down. Oh, it's fallen in.
Well, in the men's, the Tassie boys have got off to a great start, leading 2-0, 4-0, and looks like 5-2. There's certainly a lot of raucous out there anyway, which is good.
I feel like fours is where you just see a lot of the testosterone in the men's force come out and you see them all get around each other. It's fantastic. See it a lot during the Australian Open as well. That's good. You kind of need that as well.
Adds a bit of flavour, Val.
What I can see out there, I think Clive Adams is wearing shorts.
He certainly is.
I haven't seen Clive in shorts in person.
Oh, I think he's worn shorts before.
Not around me.
Oh, well.
Gone with the 3/4.
He's expecting it to warm up today. I don't know what maximum temperature is here today. Do you know, Robbie? 23? 22 to 23 degrees.
Weren't you listening to me before, Paul?
Oh, I forgot.
I went through it.
I'm sorry, I apologise. Must have been busy doing something else. Tassie one and a measure, I would say. What can Mikayla do? She's just going to put one around the back. Covering bowl.
So, of course, if you do want to see the live scores as well, you can jump onto bowls.com.au, head to the Nationals tab and go to the live scoring. I'll put the link in our comments here as well, so you can go and follow along. It's the most enthralling spreadsheet that you will ever witness.
Oh, look at this. Just pulling up.
That is the link there that Robbie Allen has popped up on screen for you.
We've got some live scoring coming through. It's only early in the piece. All right. What can Christine do? She had great line on her last delivery.
And you can afford to be pretty straight on this hand. This is looking really good. Christine Ace Watson.
She's not far away.
Just held right.
Oh, hello. Oh, and a resting toucher, I think. No.
Oh, that's so close. That is so close.
I'd say WA holding one now.
Yeah.
Definitely one. What a great bowl by Kristina. That's only worthy of a replay, I think.
Brilliant delivery. Brilliantly done from Kristina Ace Watson. Well, that was an ace.
It certainly was.
So 8-5 to Tasmania on the masterboard.
So Courtney Hobbs coming down with her white XGs. Can she disrupt? Yes, I think she has.
But
Wow.
who has it gone to? I think the indication
Looks like holding one.
might have been one up.
Yeah, I think Kristina is coming up for a look, which is a wise decision. You'd imagine she'd come around on her backhand. And they're very colour coordinated, these two ladies. They've both got purple
Asics,
Asics.
yeah. They are the standard shoe at the moment for Asics. I see it's probably the one that I've seen that's the most popular amongst the women anyway. Been around for a couple of years.
Well, they're very comfortable, Val. I use Asics.
Yep, you're wearing them right now.
But they're all good. It does come down to how it's cut. And they're having a slightly wider foot. Asics seem to fit better. So,
But it's also preference. Some people are sponsored by companies, so they get them from them, and it all depends, really.
all right. She's looking for a little bit of knock-knock here, Val. I like to call it knock-knock. You knock on the...
And you can afford to be pretty straight on this hand. This is looking really good. Kristina Ace Watson
She's not far away.
just held right.
Hello. Oh, and a resting
Remarkable.
toucher, I think. No.
Oh, that.
That'll have to be bowl of the day so far.
Sure would from...
But only being 4 ends in, we've got a long way to go.
We do.
What's Courtney doing? Coming down on her backhand. She's trying
She's
to
not
remove
far
that
away.
WA bowl. What a cracking bowl.
That'd be number one.
Absolutely.
Brilliantly done.
Cracking shots on this end.
Well, I don't think she was going for any knock-knock in the end. It was a just nice dead weight. What has Kristina Krstic got?
Well, that's her. That blue bowl directly in front is the WA bowl. She could knock that in. She's just got to be careful because there's quite a few Tasmanian bowls in there. She's only one down. She's having a really good look at this. It's good to see that they're having some really good discussion. And that's part of playing as a team, working through all the scenarios, trying to work out the different combinations and permutations.
And that's what you have to do. You've got time. It's not timed. You can just take as long as you need.
All right, what's she going to do here? She's going to play on the forehand. She's going to go wide on the mat. See how she's standing right over. I think she's a little bit wide. Yep, not what she wanted. As we were discussing the other day, Alan and I, if you're undecisive on the mat, sometimes it doesn't help the result. You need to be very decisive. Be clear in your mind what shot you want to play.
So another 2 for Tasmania, and they take the lead on this rink after dropping the opening trio of ends. But more importantly, that masterboard is looking pretty healthy for the Apple Isle at the moment.
Oh, it's only early days, Val.
It is, and we did say the other morning the ACT leading Western Australia 28-14 in the senior sides, and all of a sudden Western Australia romped home from there. We know that you can come back.
Well, Beck Van Ash is doing very well. She's leading 8-1 over Helen Stevens from WA.
And Mikayla Gibson over Lisa Featherby 3-1 as well.
And Crystal Brooks, she's leading off very well here. And what can Lisa Smith do? Also with the light blue XGs. She's a very popular bowl on this rink today. And Crystal she's liking her forehand. Maybe she's already found the line. Maybe she had a little chat to Emma Boyd before she went out. Just pulling up. All right. Lisa Smith from the Perth Tatterstall's Bowling Club. I think it's just south of the river. The Swan River, the mighty Swan. Look at this. Is it going to come in? Very good try. It's probably pretty close there, is it, Robbie? From this angle, it's hard to tell. Robbie will give us a side-on angle. He's very good. Okay, Joy. Bit of a rock on that front bowl, no change. Kristina very clear in her messaging, which is great. Just clear forehand draw. Just come and land on that back Tasmanian bowl, if you can. Or push up on her own front bowl, which she has done beautifully. Still hard to tell who's got the shot. Okay. Joy coming down on her backhand. Getting to nestle in to that group of bowls, but she's coming down a bit wider than she would have liked. But it's still going to be a very good home there. Line was perfect.
So let's see
what Lisa Brannan can do from Mount Pleasant. She's using GTRs, Taylor GTRs. And look at this for an effort. Wow. Not sure, Robbie. Robbie's not prepared to make a call either. What's Mikayla going to do? She's just going to take the jack away and make it easier for us to understand the situation with Tasmania now holding one, possibly two. I'd say it's two. Would you say that? Would you agree, Robbie? Two to Tasmania. All right, what can Christine do? Not Kristina, but Christine.
Just going to pull under and short.
Had good line.
Certainly did.
Okay. So Mikayla from the Launceston Bowling Club, but lives in Hobart.
Wow, makes the trip. How far is that drive?
2.5 hours apparently. I've never done that drive. I'm sure the viewers will be able to tell us. Good to see Heather Thompson watching on. Go Tassie. Steve Weston, good morning, Paul. Good to see you are enjoying the sunshine. Yes, I have my shorts on. Shirt, no, don't need the jacket today. It's we are in paradise. Tropical North New South Wales. Would you call it that?
Yep.
Because we are in New South Wales.
We are.
Only
It
by
has to be
about
New South Wales.
we're only by about 100 metres.
But it is New South Wales. It is New South Wales. So, looking at...
I'm not sure what time it is in Queensland.
8:13 in the morning.
What time have we got here? 9:13 here and 8:13 in... I don't know how they do it up here. 2 time zones. You get used to it.
Apparently you get used to it, but I don't know. You should see now, Robbie Allen was showing me before you sat down, Paul, the lolly tub that he has procured for you.
Wow. I haven't seen it yet.
You may have a little accident in excitement.
Oh, wow. He did say it was going to be big.
No, he's delivered.
Oh, we'll have to give him a new name. We'll call him the Mailman.
The mailman.
So Tassie holding 2.
They've really come back well here, Tasmania, and I think it's been largely due to the efforts of the front 3 as some of the bigwigs of the BA high performance staff walk in. Dave Stockham and Gary Willis, the national coach and one of the national selectors. We do apologise. Hayley Packer, she is skipping that middle rink against Beck Van Ash. Chrissy went with a bit of weight.
Not sure that's how you spell Hayley on our screen. I think it's Hiley.
Hailey, yes. Sorry, we'll amend that as well. It's funny with those names where you can spell it so many different ways. Like, got Kristina there and Christine, both spelled completely different.
Oh, this could be 3rd shot here. I think it is.
Really interesting.
I think it is. 3 to Tasmania.
Chrissy's going to have to come down.
Yes, she's coming for a look now. How did that sneak through? It's amazing how bowls can get through little gaps.
So Kristina Krstic surveys the options. They're down by 1. 8 on the master board. Tassie leading all 3 rinks so far after almost a quarter of the way through. So the other rinks, Deb Saunders, Caitlin Tyrrell, Helen Stevens, Hayley Packer. That's Western Australia's rink against Beck Van Ash. Beck's rink, Ashley Woolley, Bronwyn King, Amity Bickley, and Beck, of course. And then at the third...
Coming down with a bit of weight. It's going to hit something.
It's not going to work.
She might knock another one in. I think she may have. Wow.
4.
It is 4.
That's a massive end for Tasmania. And now they just can't afford
Skipped away.
They just can't afford to let this get to them, Western Australia. They had control of those first few ends. Didn't quite capitalise, only scoring singles, and that's due to some really good performances from Tassie. But now they just need to chip away. It's by no means a foregone conclusion. 5 shots in 15 ends. That is absolutely nothing. Western Australia's third rink is Jennifer Parker, Denise Kelly, Shari Solly and Lisa Featherby. And they're up against Gemma White, Chloe Flanagan, Jess McMullen and Mikayla Gibson. So watch on, there's a lot going on around those men's rinks. A few come-ons happening. The passion is afoot. That's a good start from Lisa Smith. So what are we going to see from Tasmania's second, Joy Voss? On this tighter hand as Robbie, while Paul's just going to get a cup of tea, Robbie Allen has just popped a massive Tupperware container full of lollies right in front of Paul's desk. Be interested to see how many of those Paul gets through this morning. We'll keep you updated on that, as well as the rinks as a bird just streaks its way across. Coming to have a close view of the action. Wandering very close. Now it's gone away. Hopefully it doesn't fly off when Lisa's on the mat. It's okay. Just going to hold out, or is it turned back nicely? Little promotion there from Joy. So Tassie, they're in control at the moment. It's a hell of a lot going on out there. I think Tasmania have played a bomb on one of the men's rinks. This one here from Lisa. Oh, sorry, from Christine. No, that was Lisa, sorry. Nice effort. It's Mikayla Baker. Got him reply. Just going to drift around the back, but if there is a cannon onto that jack, could go out that way. And Christine's playing a little bit of weight here, arriving weight. Nothing to obstruct the head too much. It's going to try and turn what she got. Excellent delivery. Claps from Kristina Krstic. Just need to get themselves back on the board. They've won the same amount of ends, but the problem is for Western Australia, they've taken 3 singles. And Tasmania have taken 3 multiples as Paul arrives back to pure delight at seeing the lollies. Robbie has put in a few of the Sherbies and the Milkos. I reckon I might be going for a couple of those. So, Christine trying to arrive again, just not going to work. Promotes another one of Mikayla's bowls to the back. But WA, we believe they're holding 1. As Paul sits back down with his cup of tea. Paul, what did you think of the lolly jar?
Unbelievable. As good as I've ever seen, Val. I put together some lolly jars before, but not quite to that extreme. Robbie has been busy on his day off yesterday. He obviously went shopping. I'm not sure where he went, but he obviously doesn't mind a lolly either. He's got a sweet tooth. So what have I missed, Val?
Not too much, just Christine Ace Watson absolutely dominating his third here. She's playing some bombs, and that one there was one of them. Now the skips come down and try and change things up a little bit. Courtney Hobbs just going to cut under. Right idea, unless... Thinking about a bit of luck. Kristina Krstic a little bit frustrated there. How will this turn back for Chrissy? She's seeing what it's going to do. It's going to go around the back, but she runs down and she's going to just survey things. Plenty of action going on. That one is going to miss from Courtney. So what is Chrissy going to do here? They're just going to take it. She's not bowling that last bolt. Too much risk. So 8-4 in favour of Tasmania here. That's after 7 ends. We are a third of the way through this. We're actually going quite quickly. Absolutely motoring through this match.
They're speeding up.
Up next on Ringside Live today, New South Wales versus Victoria men. And my word, do we have a stacked lineup for you. Cody Packer, Corey Wedlock, Aaron Tees and Aaron Wilson up against Tyson Cromie, Dane McKinnon, Brad Holland and Dylan Fisher.
That will be a cracking game. Excuse me. And obviously, New South Wales versus Victoria, always a hotly contested.
It is. New South Wales, the defending men's champions, were on song last year. I think they only lost one rink across the entirety of the competition.
That would be correct.
Just dominated.
Luke Turner, yes, that would be correct. Blake Nahn, you could have heard him through our FX microphones. He's certainly out there.
You'll hear him before you see him, I reckon.
Unfortunately, he's 3-8 down after 6 ends against Robert McMullen. Jeanette Lane, go Tassie. Wishing all Tassie bowlers the best.
Jeanette was also up here. Great to meet you the other day, Jeanette.
Kerry watching from Old Bar, New South Wales. Not sure where Old Bar is.
No.
Sounds like an interesting place.
And this is the beauty of, when you cover Tasmania, you see these amazing people in the comments. You love your state. You are so passionate about your state.
Well, everyone is.
Yeah. I see with Victoria, sometimes it depends with what.
Well, 2 good bowls here by Lisa Smith. WA holding 2. Crystal's led off really well so far in this game. Down her back end again.
Like, see if it's
good
footy
line here, Val. Very good line. Oh, what a great effort.
But yeah, if it's footy, Paul, if Richmond's not in the grand final, I don't want another Victorian team to win it. I want it to go interstate. But with other things, I'm firm Victorian. So it's all very interesting. Rosemary watching from the UK.
Old Bar is near Taree on the mid-north coast.
Okay,
that
there
would
you
be
go.
A lovely spot there. Love to go and visit there one day. To put that on the bucket list, Old Bar. They got some nice greens there, have they?
So what's Joy got?
I'll tell you what, she's not far away. Oh, just going to just miss. Good home though. That'll make Courtney happy. They've got 2 in the head. WA currently holding 1 with the Lisa Smith bowl. What can Lisa Brannan do here? From the Mount Pleasant Bowling Club. I think she can make 2. She has. Wow.
Sensational.
Okay, Mikayla Baker. Asked to come in. See if she can disrupt the head in some way on her forehand. The line's looking good here, Val. Comes down to her speed.
She's close.
Very close. Potentially knocks one out. It's at least one in the measure. I'd favour it's only one. I tell you what, I'm very impressed with Kristina's calls. They're very clear, very concise.
That's why she is who she is.
It's great to watch, and for all our viewers out there, current skips or potential skips, just watch Kristina with her calls. Very good, very impressed. All right, Mikayla Baker. Again, just going to come under. Fortunately, leaves her second shot there. All right. Now, Kristina's asked for a placement bowl to cover that of the two Tasmanian bowls at the back, which is a good call. Oh, what a great bowl, right where her foot was. Well done, Kristine.
Kristine's been sensational this morning.
They've all played very well.
But she's been very effective in what she's done. So this one from Mikayla, just going to knock a couple of things back. Interesting few ends ahead. I reckon these next 3 or 4 ends could really tell where this match goes. Tasmania 26-8 leading on the masterboard. What's happening around the live scores, Paul? If you want to give us a little update.
We'll get to that after the end's completed. Good to see Andrew out there doing some work. We have a bit of a dig at each other. It's all friendly. Tasmania still holding 1. A forehand draw.
Very close. Very close.
Oh, made 2. Wow.
That's a brilliant delivery.
Great result.
Courtney Hobbs.
Well, I think Kristina's got to go back to her favourite shot. I don't know if it is her favourite shot, but her backhand draw, which proved to be pivotal in the first 3 ends.
Krstic.
It's got a good line.
Good weight too.
It's not far away.
She's very close. Wiggling, trying to get there. Her line was exquisite.
Exactly.
Needed one more foot. And she was in.
It's got to slow down. Be 2 more to Tasmania. Wow, what a dramatic turnaround. After being 3-0, it's now 11-4. And
10-4.
Oh, sorry, 10. I can't add up. Val?
It's all right. That's why we're not doing maths and while we're doing this.
I wasn't too bad at maths.
Oh, shocking. Not my strong suit.
I think I looked at the second rink. Anyway.
So 10-4. That is what we're playing at the moment. That's after 8 ends here of the 21.
Let's go around the grounds.
Yeah, what have we
Around
got?
The greens. So we've got Queensland playing South Australia. And it's very close. Aaron Sheriff, 8, leading Nathan Black, 3. Sean Baker 1, trailing Wayne Rudiker, who's playing his 401th game today, 9-1. And Kane Nelson leading 6 over Scotty Thorburn 4. So currently South Australia up by 1. In the women's, we have Kelsey Cottrell 5, leading Kate Argent-Bowden 3. Lindsay Clark 6, leading Lani McGorman 3, and Chloe Stewart 6, trailing Katrina Green 8.
Wow.
6. So currently Queensland in the ladies 21-14. In the men's, Northern Territory versus Victoria. Victoria are off to a big start here, leading 26-9. Dylan Fisher 12 versus Tristan Smallacombe 3. So that's a big start there to Dylan Fisher. Our reigning champions in the women's, Victoria 23, leading Northern Territory 8. In our other game, our final game, New South Wales versus ACT. Oh my goodness. The New South Wales leading 32-11. Lee Schreiner is leading 17-zip after 6 ends. My goodness, what a masterclass he is putting on.
That is insane.
And in the women's, New South Wales 17-10 after 18 ends. So
leading all 3 rinks there. NT and Vic, did we do those?
And in the men's, WA versus Tasmania, it's Tassie up by 3 shots. Currently 18 to WA 15, so that's a close game.
You did NT and Vic, didn't you? Yes, you did.
Yeah, I did.
Yep.
Yeah, that was...
That time I wasn't listening.
So really, the close one is WA men versus Tassie men. That's a close game so far. The rest of the games are pretty sort of lopsided, except for the Queensland versus South Australia men, where SA are leading by 6. Wayne Rudiker leading Sean Baker 13-2 after 8 ends.
Yeah, that's a really
That
big
could
result.
be a bit of an upset
South
there.
Australia.
They just...
Well, I think if you're in that, Queensland and New South Wales went right to the wire last year. They were the 2 teams that hadn't lost going into the last round. If Queensland drop one early...
Oh, well, that puts the pressure on.
It really does, because New South Wales, their team is that stacked.
It's unbelievable.
Christine
Looking for some
got the jack.
She has made one. Christine is also very good at chalking the bowls as well. She's onto it. Very impressed. Apparently she can cook too.
She can. She's a good cook.
When she was on the right line, she was talking about some of her favourite meals.
Yep. No, because she was cooking something at the time.
I reckon there's a fair chance she likes pasta.
I think most Europeans do. Paul, I'm European and I definitely like my pasta.
Well, we had pasta last night. How was it?
Radici, yeah, it was pretty good. Down near the hotel.
But if you're in the area, please come down to Club Tweed.
Yep.
Beautiful facilities, great food, great bars, and great views as well from the balcony here. It's fantastic viewing.
That's a brilliant setup they've got here. 4 outdoor greens.
1 indoor.
Yep. And
home of the Australian Indoor Championships.
Shop fronts, bowl shop.
They've even got an escalator.
They do.
How many bowling clubs would have an escalator?
I don't think many. I reckon.
Obviously lifts, but not an escalator.
Yeah. There's, lifts. I don't know. Warilla.
Oh, what a great bowl by Courtney Hobbs.
Sensational. She's on fire at the moment.
What can Kristina do?
Chrissy was very close with her backhand draw last time out. Has to toss this out at a bit of a wider line. Or is she having a little run at it? No.
It's a great effort. Oh, my goodness. Probably going through. It's hard to tell from here. We do have a restricted view. But, it's definitely second shot.
Got Peter Lucat watching on as well from South Australia. Good morning to you, Peter.
How are you, mate?
Tram driver to the stars, you are.
He is. He's a good bloke.
Absolute ripper. Courtney, that's a great effort. This is big now.
I'd say it's only one and a measure. What do you reckon, Robbie? Oh, Robbie's saying 2. Well, let's see. If she can get a little bit of the jack, trail it backwards, that could be 3. She's got to at least look to arrive on that front. No, she's just going to be a little bit narrow. She wouldn't want to add another one.
No. That would have been very dangerous.
See what they... Taking 1 out.
2.
It is 2. Robbie was
Wow.
right.
So all of a sudden, from 3 zip down, 12-4 as we near the halfway point here. This has been clinical from this Tasmanian quartet. And on the masterboard, more importantly for them, they lead at 30-8.
Incredible, the turnaround.
Beck Van Ash was saying that they've got a lot of youth in this team, so a lot of people making their debut in 2024 in order to get them some experience and development for 2025. And of course, Tasmania are hosting the Nationals and the Sides Championships in 2025.
Sounds a bit like what Richmond are going to be doing next year. My goodness, how many picks have they got in the...
Yeah, they've got a lot, but they have to nail them.
Unbelievable.
They have to nail them.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
Well, only the expansion clubs have had more, so GWS and Gold Coast. But, look...
What a great year to get good draft picks too.
It is, but 2004, I harp back on it a lot, and I know we've won a lot since then, but we had 5 picks inside the top 20, and only 1 was there after 6 years. So...
Oh, but this is...
I won't be making any comments. The club was very different back then, but...
All right. A few people messaging through. There you go. Club Mawala has an escalator.
There you go.
Thank you, Darren.
Do you not see many escalators?
Well, in bowling clubs. Great bowl by Lisa Smith. That's 2 rippers.
Julie Fraser saying we're in NRL territory. Yeah, but Australia is AFL territory, Julie. Shots fired. We do apologise, but that is our sport. Aside from bowls, of course.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about NRL with the Storm going down to Penrith. talking to a lot of people up here, they said that was a try.
I did see that, actually. It looked like it.
But anyway, we're not going to dwell on that. Penrith were too good on the night. Hopefully the Storm can redeem themselves next year.
How's this tracking from Lisa? A bad effort.
That's 2. Or was it 3?
I think it could have been 3.
Could be 3.
I did see a signal then. Wasn't sure if it was that or not, but
I think it could be 3. What can Mikayla do? She's been bowling well. I'll tell you what, she's not far away. She's not far away at all. What
Got
a
the check
cracking. But 2 down still. But plenty of room to draw into now. I wonder if we'll hear in the comments if any other clubs have got an escalator. There must be a few, but there wouldn't be many.
I'm sure there'd be a couple. Tweed is probably the biggest in the country. Warilla's pretty big. I'm not sure if they have an escalator there, though.
That's 3.
Warilla.
3 to WA.
But a better 3 than what it was before. A lot more open here for Mikayla Baker,
who plays at Launceston, but apparently lives in Hobart, so it's a bit of a drive. She also won the state pennant flag in 22-23, so she obviously can bowl.
Launceston to Hobart, 2 hours and 20 minutes.
She got silver in the 2020 Australian Nationals in the women's 4s. Oh, could this be a 4th one? Or will it... Oh, no. It doesn't change.
Of course, we'll be at Northern Tasmania next year.
Where are we going to, Val?
Burnie and Devonport, right in the north.
Right in the middle too, pretty much.
Cross Bass Strait, so not too far from Launceston.
I wonder if any teams will catch the Spirit of Tasmania across the...
The only one that probably would be Victoria, and I don't think... Because where does it land? It goes to Hobart.
It lands at Devonport, I think.
Does it land at Devonport now?
Well, it used to.
I thought it landed at...
I don't know, we have to do a Google search there. I've never actually been on the Spirit of Tasmania.
Neither have I.
I'm pretty certain it goes to Devonport.
I thought it went to Hobart.
Well, we'll have to find out, won't we? It comes out of Geelong now. It used to come out of Port Melbourne there, but not anymore.
Looking forward to getting to Tassie next year. Might take a couple of days off after the Nationals and go and explore a little bit.
I think it is Devonport. Yep.
There you go.
I've never been to Devonport either.
Looking forward to it. I think that's Matthew Richardson territory, Devonport.
Is that right?
But yeah, looking forward to getting to Tassie next year for the Nationals. Has anybody got Spirit Lands at Devonport and never been to Hobart? There you go. I had no idea.
Oh, wow.
Very close. So Kristina Krstic walking with purpose to the mat.
I think they're holding 4.
So Mikayla plays out of Longford. Mikayla Baker.
She told me Launceston.
Oh, well, it's a Small town just out of Launceston. So
Right.
the club is Longford. Michael, I'm pretty sure I said Davenport. Or is it Devonport? Is that how you say it?
Devonport.
There you go.
It's an E. This could be 5 here.
It is an E.
This is exactly what WA needed. They needed a number. It's 5 at the moment.
That is a 5. Massive. Oh, I do apologise. I thought it was an A for some reason. That's my bad. I haven't had my coffee yet this morning. Sorry, Michael.
Wow.
5 to WA. Huge end, and they are back in this rink. 12-9.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Sorry to any Tasmanians out there that I may have offended by saying the name wrong.
Oh, it's not unlike Newcastle. Newcastle and... How do you say Newcastle?
Newcastle.
Newcastle? Or Newcastle?
Ah, no, that's not right. No, I've read the A. I don't know where I pulled the A from. But, yeah. Might need that morning coffee.
Good morning to Ray, watching from Sunbury, Victoria.
So the master board now, 30 to 15 in favour of Tasmania. They're doubling Western Australia's score, but we're 24 ends in. We've still got 39 to go. Tasmania...
This is the halfway mark, this end.
For this rink, yes. Overall, not quite. We're a lot further along here than we are the other two. Has updated to 16 to 35, so that lead has extended for Tasmania. Three rinks see Tasmania leading on all of them. This would be a really big win for the Apple Isle if they started it off with a victory over Western Australia. Both teams up next today. States will take on South Australia for WA, and Tassie have to face the almighty Queensland. So WA and South Australia will be a really interesting matchup. Evenly matched, both those teams. What's Christine got? Really interesting permutations for the loser here, because Tasmania, to get off to such a good start, I think will go down a really long way for them. Men's rink, Paul, or men's rinks?
Yeah, I'm just updating them now. Having a look. It's pretty close.
21-16 it seems in favour of...
It's hard to tell from here at the moment because they're all standing in front of the scoreboards as always.
Of course.
So really the best time to update the scores is when the skip is up that hit.
Yes. So now for Mikayla Baker. Just drifting under, as we do see with that wider hand here on rink 1, green 1. Nice little huddle in the middle here from W8. They have the momentum after securing a massive 5 on the last end. I believe Tassie might have picked up another 3 somewhere because the masterboard at the back there says 38-16. This is getting a little concerning from a Western Australian point of view. Chrissy going around the back. So in terms of ends won, we've played 10 and both teams have won 5. However, 4 singles for Western Australia has been the telling story and a big 5 that's helped them. But Tassie, 5 multiples, 2-2, 2-2 and a 4. How's this looking from Courtney? Good effort. So, WA get the mat again. I think it was just the one. So we round the halfway point. 12-10. $16-35. We'll get a proper masterboard update. Something may have changed or been updated before. Yeah, something might have been updated before the scoreboard, so good leading.
Yeah, she's had a good game so far, Crystal. Has been playing predominantly on the back end, but this time on the forehand, so it's been very consistent. And so is Lisa. Lisa Smith.
Just not getting there.
All right. So Jack East 6, Taylor Mail 6. In the middle rink, we have Robert McMullen from Tasmania 9, leading Blake Narn 8. So that one's got a bit closer. And the other one, Taylor Mail.
Michael Sims.
Michael Sims, sorry, he's on 10. I think he's leading Anthony Williams, who's on 9.
That's closed up too.
So this is a close match. 25, Tasmania, WA 23.
The 3 skips for Tasmania, all season campaigners. Those 3 are sort of the rotating 3 of the BPL Tasmania Tridents team now. All of them very, very good bowlers. Taylor had a top 5 finish in the MVP voting at BPL 15. So this match has really taken a life of its own. We've got 2 close ones. And Chrissy's just stepped off the rink briefly for a comfort stop. Christine standing there, and it's Kristina. She's back. Trying to get a visual on rink 3 to update the master board. So we'll bring you an updated master board very soon. It has changed a little bit. So Tasmania in complete control at the moment. They lead it by a substantial enough margin for now. If you are in the area, make sure you do get down to Club Tweed. Because it is the place to be if you follow bowls at the moment. Christine, what has she got? Christine Ace Watson. Good effort. Those running shots that she's played, Paul. Absolutely brilliant.
No, she's done a great job. It's what a third's required to do, how to disrupt the head.
Make it easy for the skips. Played a really good third game.
Well, in the middle rink, in the men's, Blake has hit the lead. He's now leading 10-9 over Robert McMullen, who was our Australian champion singles.
Yes.
Took the crown out, what, 2 years ago?
Yep, Broadbeach. He was on fire that night.
Oh, he played brilliantly.
That was a romp. Chrissy just going to miss, it looks like. She'll have one more. So they've won 6 ends to 5, but find themselves behind Western Australia.
So in the men's, it's 25 all.
Wow.
So it's very close.
After this end, we might do a little whip around to see what else is happening around the rinks and greens at Club Tweed. The final event of the Nationals at Club Tweed in 2024 will move to Broadbeach up on the Gold Coast. About a 30-minute drive from here.
It's good to see Rosemary how would you say that? Etherington. I'm trying to remind the players to stay hydrated, especially in this warm, humid weather. Totally agree with you. I know I try and encourage my team, well, when I'm skipping or any time I'm playing, to keep the fluids up. Water or some Powerade or something of similar to
the vitamins and minerals that you need.
Keep the electrolytes up. I know we've got our water bottles here and we're...
Yep. I've had the old Rafael Nadal set up with 2. I've had one with Barocca, one with water.
What's a Barocca for?
Oh, just after not feeling well, just to give myself the vitamins and the bounce that I need.
There you go. Okay, so what? We've got Tassie holding 2. What can Kristina do? The line's looking all right. How's the speed? She's going to knock up that front WA bowl. Oh, I think she may have.
She done enough. They're clapping. They're high-fiving. They like it.
I think she has. Oh, maybe not. From this angle.
It's close. We'll find out. I think they've pointed. No, that is the shot. They've pointed at it.
All right, 1 to WA. Great result there. Bit of knock-knock. This is not over yet, Val. This might get a little straightener here. No.
So 1 to WA.
WA, they
win another end. 7-5 in their favour, but they still find themselves behind. They've won 3 on the bounce. This is the rink that needs to try and turn the tide here, because Lisa Featherby trails by 4. Who knows where that one can go? Beck Van Ash, she is motoring along here. 39 to 19 overall on the masterboard. Beck Van Ash is nearly responsible for half of that score for Tasmania at 19 shots. That rink is forging ahead.
Okay. So just past the halfway mark. It's very close. 12 to 11. Been a few ebbs and flows. WA got off to a very good start. And then Tasmania motored on through. And now WA have caught up a little bit. But great bowling by the 2 leads here, Lisa and Crystal. Lisa Smith from WA. Told me she's originally from Adelaide. So apparently moved from Adelaide to Perth for work. And is absolutely loving it in WA. And her bowling is certainly showing proof of that. Currently holding 2. Crystal with her blue XGs from Kingborough Bowling Club. They've got an indoor facility there in Hobart. So 2 to WA. The other Lisa Brannan, plays at Mount Pleasant, using her black GTRs. Trying to just draw her in. She's got very good light weight. Okay. Joy's indicating can I have a little bit of a run at it. Joy with her Aero Evolves, the purple ones. She's just pulled up a little bit short. Need a little bit more authority on that one. Again, Kristina with her very clear instructions.
You do need that as a skip, Paul.
She's brilliant.
You need to be clear and concise, because in this sport, if you're too convoluted, people get confused.
You just don't see it very often, clear, concise instructions like that. So
At this level, you do.
Well, even at this level, I sometimes... Hers, yeah, exceptional. I'm very impressed. Being a jackaroo, we shouldn't expect any different, should we?
She is one of the best. Com Games gold medalist, World Championships silver medalist.
All right. Joy looking to draw it in, just skittled on through. A bit further than she would have liked. Christine, who's been an ace here on the green. Her name is Ace Watson.
She's been, whether she's had to play runners or play dead draw, she's been thereabouts this time. That's probably her loosest bowl. She had her line right.
She had a line to perfection. She's won the Connie Hicks Trophy for the best female bowler in WA. She's won state triples and champion of champion events. I think she's done it all. Well, what's Mikayla have to say? I tell you what, it's a great little effort here.
Very close.
Oh. She could have just got a bit more of that bowl. She would have cut it back. It's a great home, though. All right, Christine with her orange SRV, size 3. Just cutting across. Oh, what great service here by Andrew Howie. My goodness. It's brought Valley's
He did offer
morning coffee. So Howie's on to his second coffee today. He got one when he arrived this morning, thanks to Club Tweed.
It's a really big end in the context of this, because, and we said these next few ends after N9 would really be telling. Western Australia have got the momentum, they're looking good, but the problem is the masterboard just not looking right. This is N13 of 21, so we're almost getting to the 2/3 mark of this match. Going about an hour and 40 minutes. Kristina Krstic, you are close.
Kristina.
She's very close. That is beautiful.
Added a third.
That is utilising the rink to perfection. And that is why she dazzled at Birmingham. What a privilege it was to be there. Getting married in March to her fiancé Marcus. Marcus, a happy Freo supporter, getting Shea Bolton. Not sure he'd be watching though. Still quite early in the morning. Just drifting under. So Chrissy, would you be saying to do the same thing here, Paul?
Yeah.
Get another one in. 4.
Definitely.
Take the lead.
She could even come in on the forehand.
Arrest some momentum maybe.
Real ebbs and flow of bowls. It's funny how momentum can just change so rapidly.
Fantastic to see so many people watching on. We're going to get a few this afternoon as well. Had a lot for senior sides. Kristina Krstic. Well, she's changing hands here. Maybe try.
Yeah, I said on the forehand,
Yeah.
there's a bit more room. She's obviously looking for a covering bowl.
Yeah, I think if there is any weight, that Jackie's going out there. So let's see where Courtney
It's
goes
going to be
here.
hard to remove that jack, but let's see what...
Yeah, I think this is right. I think she's coming around on the backhand, or where's she going? Is she going for a runner, or is she going for dead weight? Courtney Hobbs. This is going to cut back, and it's going to cut back too much. Did wiggle forward, but the score is a 3 to Western Australia. They've won 4 ends in a row, and more importantly, they take the lead back for the first time since end 4 that they've had it. That is monumental. My pen absolutely stops working with a full thing of ink. So 14-12. This is a
Amazing game.
a brilliant one, ebbing and flowing. Really enjoyable to watch. The Beach Boys Good Vibrations comes over the PA system here at Club Tweed, and Western Australia are feeling the good vibrations.
Back to the backhand, Crystal Brooks. She's led so well. Both ladies have, really. It's been a very good standard of game here this morning, here at Club Tweed. It's definitely warming up. If you're in the area, pop in, please. Or if you know someone in the area, encourage them to pop in. There's plenty of parking here at Club Tweed.
There is.
We have 4 greens full of the best bowlers in Australia.
Yep. And that's the good thing. Club Tweed's car park is absolutely massive, so I don't have to stress about moving the car or anything. I missed out at Broadbeach the other day and had to go and move my car halfway through. Then I forgot. Thank heavens there was no fine.
Yeah, that's great news for you.
Could have been ugly. Scott Hodgett's watching on.
Is that Nigel Pedley or is that Claire Pedley?
Cheryl.
Cheryl. I got the first letter right.
Yep. Little
touch on the jack.
Well, do we have an update on those Tassie boys, Paul?
Okay, I have to...
This might be Nigel.
It could be. I'm guessing it's Cheryl.
Maybe they're both watching.
Maybe. Hopefully Nigel had a safe flight home. Just hard to see in the middle rink.
This is the only rink.
9-2, I think. No, can't see.
It's the only rink for Western Australia that's leading. Trying to guide it through.
So Taylor Mail is leading Jack East 7-6.
Wow.
After 9. Blake Nahn is leading Robert McMullen 12-9 after 11. And I can't see the other one. They're just standing right in front of the scoreboard. But I think it's 10-9 to Michael Sims, which means WA have hit the lead. They're now 1 in front in the men's. I reckon that one's going to go down to the wire, Val.
I think so. That's how it's looking, and it is Nigel and Cheryl both watching. So great to have your company.
I bet you Nigel wishes he was still here at Club Tweed.
Well, someone said it was pretty sunny in Tasmania this morning, so...
Well, apparently it's nice in Melbourne today, 26.
There are going to be some thunderstorms, I believe, but...
It's always away, go away in the good weather.
Yep. Happens every time, except when we're in the Gold Coast in June for the AO. That is when everybody is jealous of us.
It's the place to be in the middle of June. Entries for the AO will open in early December, so keep a watch out for that on the BA website or all our socials. Oh, what a cracking bowl by Christine Ace Watson. That was definitely an ace bowl. She's got those SRVs talking.
She's been on song, and Chrissy really lifting as well. Just giving her a bit more to work with. So this is a splendid comeback from WA. Still down by 21 on that master board, but this rink doing its utmost to try and get that lead back. Mikayla Gibson has taken a massive lead over Lisa Featherby, 12-4. Lynn, watching on from England. Great to have your company. Where are you from in England, Lynn? Love reading all the comments and where everybody's from. Across a 4-hour match. You are our friends. You are our allies.
We're all friends in bowls, Val. Talking about that the other day with when Alan Faulkner was on the stream, talking about the camaraderie that exists within bowls. Yeah, so it's definitely one of the selling points. You get to meet people from all around the world and track on how they're doing and what they're up to. And I know they enjoy watching bowls over here in Australia. And oh my goodness, Courtney, how unfortunate was that?
Lynn watching from Norwich. And how's the football team going in Norwich over at Carrow Road? Lynn? They've kind of been in the Premier League a few times the last 10 years. Kristina Krstic needs to hold. Good effort. Rosemary from Tassie, but in Bedfordshire.
So WA holding 1. Okay. Courtney's coming down for a look.
Ray and Joe from Dunedin in New Zealand. Great to have your company, Ray and Joe. Caleb watching from Tassie as well.
Must be nearly lunchtime in New Zealand.
Would be.
Nearly.
12:30. That's lunch.
That would be. It's 12:30, correct? I wonder what they're going to have for lunch.
I'm sure they'll tell you, Paul.
Not sure what's on the menu here today, but Club Tweed have been looking after all our meals, and
yeah, been pretty good.
We thank all the staff.
The lasagna the other day was
very nice.
Yeah. Not bad.
We had quiche one day. That was very nice.
Lynn, they're in the championship, but she supports West Ham. Well, West Ham, they're doing okay. Sitting pretty in the Premier League. Oh, they are eating now, Ray and Joe. They're having sushi and coffee. That's an interesting mix. Sushi and coffee.
She just added a second shot to the WA total tally.
And more importantly for Western Australia, having dropped 5 of 6 ends from end 4 to 9, they've now won 5 on the bounce, 3 of them multiples, and from 12-4 down, it's 16-12 up. Kristina Krstic has led this team to perfection from the back end.
Well, I don't know what's going on Blake Nahn's rink, but he's now out to a 15-9 lead. I'm pretty certain he was like 8-3 down.
Yeah, Blake Nairn, and I think Clive Adams is playing 3 for Blake.
No, not this time.
Not this time,
He did
no.
last year over in Sorrento.
Well, usually does play 3 for Blake, so maybe they've changed things up a little bit.
Clive is playing 3 to Jack East.
They do get along very well.
Obviously, when we come out east, needs a bit of support from Clive. Trying to be funny.
I think that was a no run.
But Tasmania picked up a big number on the Michael Sims rink. They are now leading 16 to 10.
Well, that's a 6. Wow.
Well, there might have been one end that wasn't added to the board on the previous end. I think that might have been the case. 16-10. What does that do to the overall? Tasmania are now leading by 1.
Wow, that is close.
Approaching the halfway mark.
Bowls TV watching on. Not often that they're on this end of streams. Well, we're glad to have your company. Anyone who's watching around the world, this is a wonderful event. The Australian Sides Championships. It is...
All right, I can confirm that Jack East has picked up a couple. He is now leading 9-7, which now puts WA back in front by 2. So I think we have the close one here.
Not directly.
On this green. All right, let's go around the grounds and see what else we got. Wow. This could be a big upset here.
Whoa.
South Australia playing Queensland in the men. South Australia 33, Queensland 22.
Wow. What's the rink that's winning? So Aaron Sheriff, the only rink that's winning at the moment. Sean Baker and Kane Nelson, they are behind. Wayne Rudiger and Scott Thorborn doing the work.
So Wayne Rudiger playing his 401st game for South Australia. It leads 17-4 over Sean Baker, and Scott Thorburn 11, leading Kane Nelson 6, and Aaron Sheriff 12, leading Nathan Black 5.
Tell you what's impressive, the way that 2 of these rinks in the South Australian women are going with Queensland. Kate Archin-Bowden and Kelsey Cottrell, 10-9 in favour of Kelsey. That can go anyway. And Lindsay Clark against Lainey McGorman, 10-9 in favour of Lindsay. The only big difference there, Paul, is Chloe Stewart leading Katrina Green by a fair margin.
11. All right. Let's go to the Northern Territory versus Victorian game. And Victoria doing it quite comfortably at the moment. Dylan Fisher, 20-4 over Tristan Smallcombe. Anthony Flapper, 14, leading Daniel Baker 9. And Craig Mills, who used to play for South Australia, is now Victorian. Still lives in South Australia. There you go. 13-6 in the women's. The Victorian women's defending their title, leading 52-16. So comprehensive lead there. Let's go down to New South Wales versus ACT. And New South Wales are still leading quite comfortably. These ends haven't been updated for a little while. So once Andrew gets around to them, we'll update them.
It's Andrew McGorman watching on. Go SA, becoming a bowl stream junkie at home again. Well, it's great to have your company, Andrew. And are you a relation to Lainey? I know it's a common last name, McGorman, but it's from SA. I'm narrowing it down. Do you know Lainey McGorman? All right, I think we've had Doug Kelly's just literally grabbed Paul by the scruff of the neck and just tossed him out. The Bowls WA president is going to jump in and have a little chat. And I think he'd be happy that this is the rink that we're covering because as far as the women's matches go, this is the only one that's in front. So, Doug, welcome back to Ringside Live. Great to have you a part of the coverage again.
No, thank you. I enjoy it. It's been a interesting game and certainly dug a hole for ourselves up these first 3 rinks. But when we get up the other, the men are enjoying it quite a bit more. So we'll see how we go. Still a few ends to go and there's time to get out of trouble. We've taken this long to get into it and hopefully we can dig our way out in the next part of the last third of the game.
18 shots. It's very doable.
Absolutely.
There we go. Peter Lucat confirming Andrew is the better half of Laney McGorman and a great bowler as well. There you go. Well, great to have you company, Andrew, and your wife is absolutely flying at the moment. She'll be playing Bowls Premier League for the Adelaide Pioneers in just under a month's time. World Champion of Champions. What a month it's going to be for the McGorman household. And Doug, what did you get up to on the rest day?
Well, it wasn't a rest day for us. We
No?
played 2 tests against South Australia,
Yep.
so which is our annual event for
Yep.
us, and it's our good lead up. We don't get exposed to, state bowls like they do on the East Coast. So for us, it's a hit out that we really do enjoy. So we did take the first 2 tests against South Australia, and of course the shield's not awarded till after the 3rd one, and we front up against the South Australians in the next one, so next game. So then that'll be decided. So that was a good hit out. The conditions that we were out on green 4 were a little bit doughy in the morning as we did have that rain, and of course in the afternoon when it freed up, we really did come to the fore, and I thought we both played to a higher standard, the men particularly in the afternoon. So that was good. And just talking of the men, we've got 3 debutants this year, which is great. You just love it. And to have seen these ones come through the system is really good. So one of them's a Geraldton boy, Shane Judici Nan, so he's out showing his wares. I did speak to him last night. He's actually in awe of the people that he's surrounded with. And I just love that story that he said, I stood next to Wayne Rudiger. And these sort of guys that have played 400 tests, he's playing his second.
Yeah.
So, those little stories. And Ben Leggett, who hails from Joondalup, and one that we've seen come through and really earn his spot. And then we've got Brad White, good golfer, and maybe a little bit later starting the game, but, coming and making his debut. It's always good to see that.
Love it. Bit of a runner here from Courtney Hobbs. Might clear 1. So what will the result be in the end? It is 2 more to Western Australia, and Doug Kelly, these girls are absolutely flying at the moment from 12-4 down. They have reeled off 14 shots on the bounce to lead at 18-12, and they're just bringing Western Australia back into contention here. 16 the difference on the master board.
That's right, and it's like building ahead. You don't have to have shot with your first bowl. You just got to build the head, and we've get in, you build momentum, and we seem to be doing that with the other 2 rinks. And just sneak at one or 2 here, then all of a sudden we get back within something that's really achievable across the 3 rinks. And we saw that in the over 60s, didn't we, Val? When we saw a 16 zip deficit turn into a win on the second last bowl. Wasn't that an emotional game?
That was unbelievable, that match. Unbelievable. And lost Jack here, so Tasmania will control the length for the first time since end number 10. We're playing end 16 now, so it's been a while. And yeah, great to see. The one thing that I am surprised about, and the viewers can't quite see it, but Clive Adams is wearing shorts. And
we actually had to get a permit to allow him to do that, which I'm sure that'll get back to him.
I think we're all blinded by
Clyde made a mistake of as I was playing in a tournament that against him the other day, and he had a crack at me and wearing shorts, and I did reply that they're not actually shorts, they're actually a pair of your long pants. But I have a lot of verbal jousting with Clive. He's one of my favourite people.
I think everybody does. And Clive is one, he can dish it, but he can take it as well.
No, absolutely.
He throws himself under the bus more than anything. But no, we do love Clive. And, he's been one of the main reasons why Ringside Live is so successful. And, it's thanks to him that the people keep coming back. And hopefully we can continue to honour that legacy of his.
Yes, very good. And he does, as we do a little bit of our live stream in WA, and he does give us try and improve our skill set, and gives us some really nice and clever words of advice about when and how and what, and he's been really good. And this, I love this. And I was talking to Brian Marshall, and they had 5,500 hours of production going into live stream on the East Coast last year. Amazing, massive number. Hard to get our head around that you'd spend so much time. And I shudder to think how many hours you do, Val.
I can get to, it depends per year. It's interesting. Yeah, I've never thought about it really, but yeah, when you think about nationals and you're doing, a day of this with 2 matches, it's probably at least 7 hours of sitting in the commentary chair.
Yep. And what about your prep time? I was really impressed with your prep yesterday, the day before, sorry. Some of the facts and figures that you were reeling off, and obviously that doesn't just happen. It's just not a memory. That's prep time, or no? A
lot of it is. I hate to toot my own horn, but a lot of that is memory.
Is it? Rightio. No, it was impressive. Did you enjoy it?
I think it's just more because, sometimes I'll research on the go, and the good thing is when you are there is Clive. You can see it there. There are those pearly whites, those calves.
And so if you get a different pair of bowl shoes that aren't approved by BA, they have to be approved by your governing body.
Yep.
And that was the rule for his shorts.
But no, it's no, because generally when I cover something, I remember it.
Yeah,
so
right.
Because I'm there, I've seen it. And then generally when I see that player again, it'll jog my memory, so I'll just reel it off. But sometimes, when you do the wraps and when you do previews and things like that before an event, so I'll go through and have a look at the defending champions, how many times people have won and things like that.
Yeah.
So, sometimes it is memory, sometimes I'll look it up on the go, and then sometimes I will sit down and prep.
So as I was filling a few water bottles and chatting to players up the back, they were talking about the conditions and about the uphill, downhill with the tailwind and not feeling it in the face. And and by now they've adapted to it. It was just an interesting chat with a few of them about struggling with weight as they're pushing into that breeze. That as your mind is telling you that there's no breeze because you're not feeling it, but you get up the other end and they're feeling it. And so some of the weight varies different. I'm not sure if they'd say there's a metre in it, but definitely a different feel. But these are high standard, the best we've got from these 2 states, and that's why they're playing, is because they have the ability to adjust to these conditions.
Christine Ace Watson has been in sensational form this morning, and she just continues to open things up for Kristina Krstic. In terms of performing as a third, she's been nigh on perfection.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Having said that, Mikayla Baker is going to cut underneath, but the skips will come down. 14 shots now on the master board. Hayley Packer's got a couple back on Beck Van Ash. And if that Lisa Featherby rink starts to come back in terms of margin, which we know it certainly can, she is a fighter, and she is one of the most gritty and determined people on the rink that I've ever seen.
Absolutely. She does not know how to give in.
No.
So over 60s Jackaroo, not that they get to play games at the moment, but still part of a squad, and which over the next 2 weeks they will be working their way through and refreshing the squad. So it will be interesting to see who comes in and who goes out. So we'll watch that with interest, Val, over the next maybe 3 weeks, I'm not sure. But yeah, I have spoken to a few of the selectors today, what they're up to and what they think and what pressure they've got.
Did you get a straight bat?
No, not at all. And nor would I expect one, because I don't think they know the complete answer themselves yet. But that's a process they're going through.
And this is where the beauty of having the Nationals so close to this one. Just drifts past. Having the Nationals so close to that selection time where they can say, okay, these people are in the best form. These are the ones that we want in the national squads.
Correct. So they get a look at them under different conditions, because as we see, 30 mil of rain last night, is that correct?
I believe so, yeah. I was talking to Julie Keegan and Lindsay Clark before the day, and Julie said it was about 32 mils. Chrissy just drifting through. Just talking about, we didn't have a chance to talk about Chrissy much the other day, but what did that Commonwealth Games gold medal do for bowls in WA? Because she was... That whole match, I had the pleasure of being there ringside. Everyone here is probably sick of me telling that story, but it was just massive. And I saw the footage at Mount Lawley. What did that do for the sport, and how idolised is she in Western Australia? Great delivery there from Courtney Hobbs.
Great bowl. A lot. So it helped lift the profile of the game. Forever we talk about our golden girl and the shot and the game itself and how they went through it. But yes, it did. It sort of brings in an awareness, and it's not just that. It's her using her success and going to the under-18s camps and talking to them about, the pressure, that moment. We replayed it at our wind-up, and we could play it every year. And it's one of those ones where people say, well, we were watching that from here or from there. So for us, it was a golden moment. And we I know we tried to claim Alan Fife as West Australian there for a bit, but no, it was significant, and it's really good for those stories that come out and two great mates playing the game, playing for each other, playing for Australia and getting rewarded for it really does, and it shows the emotion within the game. But yes, it was really significant to us as West Australians because she's West Australian. And actually Dad Joe's here today, so that's really good. He's number
he's
one.
He's a ripper.
He is. He's number one supporter. Great bloke, good bowler too in his own right, just quietly. But so it was really good, and we all enjoyed the moment as if you watch the replay now and the decision to play that shot in that moment, knowing what the outcome could or could not be if you miss it, and bare jack and then doing it, great. On
a track that you haven't played out to. It was just, honestly, the whole match was amazing. And, as I said, I was lucky enough to be there. And poor Lachlan Williams, my old colleague who just resigned, he had a valve-shaped handprint in his arm for that whole extra end because I was so nervous. And I'm a very nervous sports watcher.
Hello.
Especially when you're invested in the people, because I've gotten to know Chrissy so well over the last 3.5, nearly 4 years, Els as well, and there's just such great people. And it was honestly like I was sitting there watching Richmond in a final. That's how nervous I was. And it was, and I think every one of us almost lost our voices when that bowl made connection with the jack. That was a big end there, and a great bowl from Courtney Hobbs. 3 to Tasmania, which just extends that lead a little bit back to 15. 18-15 here, though. So this is the only Western Australian rink that's leading and keeping the hopes alive at the moment with 19 ends to play across the 63.
And Rob, can we stretch out and see what's happening on the men's masterboard?
He will do that for us, Robbie Allen.
Yep.
But what it was that day was that was a legacy moment in bowls in Australia.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think, the fact that it was Chrissy and Ellen, I think, in their first Commonwealth Games to achieve that history in the Northern Hemisphere on the UK greens, something that will be etched in the annals of bowls history in this country forever.
Yes, and if you came to our BWA, our Bowls WA office, you'd see the big transfer that's across our front door and across our entrance to our facility, to our office, and it's Chrissy. So who else could it be?
Yep.
That's the significance that it is to us.
Amazing. No, she deserves it as well because she wants to be that leader as well. So that's why these Com Games and the announcement coming up, and we're just hoping that Scotland they're very successful bowls country, and that'll be what gets them over the line and choosing bowls in their limited range of sports that they will be using. Hopefully we find out in the next few weeks.
Yes.
What does that is the masterboard. Western Australia leading 39-33 in the men's matchup against Tasmania. This is a great delivery from Joy Voss. So Tasmania sort of walking with another leg at the moment. They're coming back. But I think what could bode well for us is that Alex Marshall is the equal most successful Commonwealth athlete of all time for Scotland.
Yes.
So does that help?
And following a little bit on the socials, that seems to be the narrative, is that they have a good chance, because you want to be hosting a sport where your host country is going to be successful. So that's as good a sell as you could possibly get. So that'll work in our favour.
And if there's a para contingent, Scotland actually won all 3 para gold medals in Birmingham.
Wow. How good is that?
I hope the 2 Australian teams that finished runner-up aren't listening.
Uh-huh.
But that could
sway it.
It could. I don't know. It's all because it's all at certain pre-approved venues. So it's all up in the air. Fingers crossed we can get in, because it is such an important event for bowls. And I know a lot of people don't see the Commonwealth Games in the same light as what we see it. This is a brilliant bowl from Christine Ace Watson. She has been ace this morning.
Yeah, well, Acey we refer to Chris as, and so, great bowler, great sports person, great person.
Hayley Packer down 20-11 now. They've pegged that margin back a little bit there on the middle rink.
I'm sure Acey's husband will be watching, Jeff Watson. He'll be propped up watching this. He's our academy coach, actually, so
there you go.
He's a great contributor to this. Oh, great bowl.
It's a brilliant bowl there from Mikayla Baker.
Great bowl. So both of them obviously have huge input in shaping bowls in WA, so great combination, those two.
So, Christine Ace Watson looking to pop in another one. Chrissy, I think, was indicating there, maybe get the jack down the line a little bit, because they could be a couple up. However, that Joy Voss bowl looming large. This is close. Christine Ace Watson, you have done it again.
It would have been a good look sitting on the mat going, I can do that, but you still got to do it. So I'd rather be walking back with Chrissy being up than down and not having to convert it, just in case they had. So what are we holding there? You got the 2?
It's interesting. That angle, I'm not 100% sure. It could be 1. I'm leaning towards probably 1. That jack high bowl might be it. But then I'm not sure how close that white bowl of Mikayla Baker is, because it did sort of flop back. So this will be interesting to see how it pans out. The masterboard has it at 50-33. They haven't quite updated that properly, so we'll try and figure that out. What's happening there? Courtney Hobbs got the jack through, and Christine Ace Watson's orange bowl looming large as a catcher. Rebounded off Joy Voss's.
So you're never out of the game when you're behind the head?
No.
We're talking about some of our short bowls today. We use the golf analogy that 100% of short putts don't go in, Val. So you have to give it a chance to get the reward.
Chrissy trying to pop one around the back here, just in case, because they're all Tasmanian bowls. There's one Western Australian there, so she joins that. So this is the rink for Western Australia. If they're going to come back, this is the one where they just need to try and make inroads. All the momentum is with Chrissy and co. But Tasmania, they have just been on the money all morning. The Apple Isle.
And of course,
weight. Not going to get there.
Oh,
jeez.
wow.
It's blocked things off for Chrissy a little bit here in terms of getting to it, but she just needs to draw around. It's going to be, it's a swoopy hand unless she goes into those bowls.
Yeah, well, they're both out, so they're both ones that she can get up and over. So I think we'll see which way she'll shape up rather than she might. If she has to stay high, if she plays on a backhand, she can't roll them over or in.
Yep.
So we may see her play, the percentage hand would be the forehand.
Yep, and that's what she's going to do. So forehand arriving onto those two, the black and orange bowl.
Yeah, it's an up and over shot. Can't get to it clean.
Just waiting for somebody to move past the rink there. It was walking behind. She's a bit tight, or sorry, wide, I should say. And we've got Steve Midson watching go Tassie.
And Tassie, talking of Tassie, will be there next year.
We will. Very much looking forward to that. So 1 to WA, they lead it 19-15. It's a 4-shot buffer. Doing very nicely. 4 ends to play. So Steve Midson, go my niece, Mikayla Baker. Absolutely fantastic. Great to have your company, Steve. And then we've got Carl Vanderslice. Hope that's how you say it.
Yes.
He's supporting our WA girls from the luxury of Crown Towers in Perth while enjoying a 3-day wedding anniversary treat. Go, Chrissy R. Well, happy anniversary to you, Carl. How many years has it been?
We'll find out.
And have you got any advice for me getting married in a week or 9 days now?
And here we go, Cameron Harris, the son of Peter Harris, our high-performance manager.
Yep.
Very good bowler, Cam. Has played state bowls. Young guy, and I think he'll play a lot of state bowls before his career's finished. He's up and about. I've never seen, and a very good commentator. Just too quiet.
Have heard that. Clive has pumped his tyres up a lot.
Plays at Cambridge. Skips at Cambridge too.
Cambridge Knights.
Yes, the home of quite a few.
Joel Florington watching from Safety Bay. Great to have your company, Joel. We've had since WA has woken up. We've had a lot more viewers come through.
They never sleep in WA, mate.
7:49 in the morning, Western Australian time. So everybody watching having their breakfast.
I mean, I'm surprised Ken has our CEO Ken Pride. He would have been at work for a couple of hours by now. I'm surprised he hasn't sent a message.
He start that early.
He does. Very dedicated as our Ken.
Wow. Well done to you, Ken. So, Crystal Brooks.
Oh, very good.
This is a nice delivery. Trails the jack straight up the line.
Another one of those short reach when you're putting and 100% of short putts don't go in, blah, blah, blah. And there's an element of luck, she's through by a metre, but you got a jack hanging off the back of it and a catcher changes the shape.
Does. So,
Lisa Brannan will tidy this up.
It's gone with the old school black bowls, Lisa Brannan. This is a nice delivery.
Massive
Look at
bowl.
that.
Great
That
bowl.
is perfection. Not sure if it's number 1 or not.
Strong tennis background, has our Lisa. So that she's just used to playing sport at a high level. So they get on the mat, they don't feel the pressure, and then they have a process, and as a tennis coach, she knows what to do, and so she executes. So good example of that.
Carl, it's his 3rd year anniversary, mate, so happy anniversary to you and your wife. And advice never changes in this area. Happy wife, happy life. I'll try and change that. Got to keep the husband happy, don't you?
I just won't buy into that. You're a week away.
Yeah, 9 days now, so leaving on Sunday night after sides finishes, and then go home and do a couple of days from home, and then get back and
Honeymoon?
No, so Rach is actually going to Italy for a month, 5 days after the wedding for work, and then I'm going to Pine Rivers.
Oh,
So my honeymoon will be at the BPL and
rightio. Yep.
with the BA staff and with all of the wonderful bowlers, but
Wow.
probably do something next year.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, she's work's sending her to Italy, which is exciting. So at least she'll get to enjoy a bit of Bologna. Very jealous though, because my family roots, or half my family roots, come from Italy, the other half Croatia. So it would have been nice to get over there.
Lovely country is Croatia. So,
And Chrissy,
Continue.
her heritage right across the border in Serbia. Thank you to you, Rosemary, for the kind words as well. But Chrissy's the pronunciation of Chrissy's name is actually, if you're looking at it properly, it's actually Kristina Krstic.
yes, right, yep.
But I don't think many people can roll the R's.
No. No. Because a lot of Croats in WA, whether it be through mining and post-war and things that were happening in Europe at the time, that we're blessed to have had that infusion of those
the Eastern
that
European countries.
Absolutely, it's great.
So this one,
Great bowl, yeah.
Mikayla Baker, that is brilliant. So both these teams have just stepped it up a notch, and Hayley Packer has gained another 2 on Beck Van Ash. So 37-50. Western Australia are coming here. 16 ends to play, just the 4 here. So Chrissy will know that she needs to do as much as she can.
you get that down to sub 10 or get to 10,
That's
and
nothing.
then both teams look at it, and one team may choke. We don't know that. I'm not saying Tassie will choke, not by far stretch, but it might just give us West Australians a bit of belief that they can do it. I don't think they think for a minute that they can't.
No, they've got a lot of belief. And this one's just going to dip underneath. Just didn't give it enough width there, did Christine?
We of course, as presidents and the players, of course, we're not allowed to bet on the outcome of a game of bowls, and never would we. But if I could, I would have had a bottle of red with Bernard Knight, who I'm sure is watching. Bernard Knight, of course, he's the president of Bowls Tasmania. Great fella. Have you had the pleasure of meeting Bernard?
No.
Great bowler. He actually used to umpire Shield cricket.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah, so
He would have umpired a lot of the greats of the game.
yeah, he does, and he tells some good stories.
Oh,
I'm not sure whether they're all in-house, but that's up for him to tell those stories.
Oh, well, hopefully I'll get a chance to meet him.
Yeah, well, just a great guy. Just a great guy to be around and have a chat, and he's full of life and a great character, and then Bowles is full of that, I know. But he's just another one who you enjoy being with and look forward to catching up with. So if you're listening, Bernard, so I'll catch up with you next time. Probably on a Zoom meeting next Tuesday. We have a Zoom meeting after they have a board meeting the following Tuesday. All the presidents get together and we discuss what the outcomes from a board meeting.
Brilliant.
So we're a close group.
37 to 50 overall. Western Australia fighting back. 51 make it now. Mikayla Gibson takes another one over Lisa Featherby. If they can start to peg that back, as I said before, Chrissy's just gone a bit under here.
I wonder if that's a legacy of the weighted bowl. Not that she's used much more than draw weight there. It did hang a bit on that side. The wind has, just swung a little bit on the quarter there. So,
yeah.
But, any contact on that, they've got the perfect catcher behind. I thought it might have been the other side, but not to be.
Up next, at about 1 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Time, we will have New South Wales men against Victoria. How's this for a lineup, Doug?
Oh.
Packer, Wedlock, Tees and Wilson. That's in one team.
Yeah.
Up against Cromie, McKinnon, Holland and Fisher.
Really? You just and you get to live stream.
Yeah,
that. So
that's pretty ridiculous.
Ridiculous
that New South Wales team, that's 4 Jackaroos in one team.
Yeah, well, if Cody had the big swan on his back, he'd be skipping.
He would. So that's opened up the door for Jack East.
Yes,
to jump into that position, which
Yeah.
is fantastic to see. He's a great fella, Jack East.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing, like we talk about Chrissy and some of the characters of the game, but it's one thing being a great bowler, but Jack's a very good person as well. He's just a great human being, and, the feedback we get, which probably he doesn't see, but deserves about, he was at Potters, it may have been, and that someone took time to email, he helped packing up, and, he wasn't just there playing, he just does the extra bit, and I'm at the same club, so I see it as well, one of the most respectful young guys you'll come across.
Chrissy just going to dip under, but nope, that's not going to affect anything there, so
just the one.
One more bowl to come for Tasmania here, and Courtney Hobbs. Can she add in a second? And can she make it a 2-shot game?
Weights everything here.
Has to be perfect. Now, there's been a big clap around. Is that a Western Australian shot and score?
I'm guessing it's next door with Hayley Packers. They're high-fiving each other as Helen Stevens comes down the green. So there was a positive outcome from WA. I'm just not sure what it is yet.
Well, we'll find out. So they'll go one down here, which is
fine.
Okay in the scheme of things. If you're a Western Australian fan, Tasmania, they will enjoy that. They'll go one further ahead, but we'll find out what that score was next door.
Well, I'd suggest it's more than one. There was a lot of noise for...
Yep, I think that was more than a 1. Robbie Allen giving us the nod of approval there, but Tim Dowse watching on. Keep it going, Tassie. We know he's a staunch Tasmanian. He's been around the traps. So 1 to Tasmania here. 19-16. 3 ends to play. We'll find out what that Hayley Packer rink was. I think it was 20 to 8. It was 19-4 possibly in favour of Beck Van Ash, and it's 20 to 18 now
That tightens
So
it up.
Hayley Packer, and that is, that's not a player you want getting on a roll if you're Beck Van Ash, because Hayley is an out-and-out star. We saw her and Deb Saunders make the semis of the Australian Open pairs earlier on this year, losing out to Caitlin Inch and Chloe Stewart.
Fair combination.
Actually, no, it was the quarterfinals. Sorry,
Yes.
I should say.
Yeah, it was actually. I think it's only Lisa Smith's second year in. She's been quite accomplished in her time and comfortable in the stateside. Hails from Perth and Tattersalls,
Yep.
small club right on the Esplanade,
Beautiful.
on the back end of Langley Park, and they're looking at a redevelopment as we speak.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so you got to see it to believe it. But
You said, Doug, get it 10 or sub 10. It was 9. Tassie, you just extended that by 1. But it's 10 the difference, which is nearly 1 full count from a rink.
absolutely.
8s rarely happen,
Yeah.
but
We
they've been known to.
we saw one yesterday, actually, v South Australia.
Really?
Yeah, the jack was being buried. He played the perfect shot.
Who was it?
Tassie, doesn't matter. And you're not saying it for embarrassment, you're saying it for the bad, strange things that happen in a game.
Yeah.
His job, the skip's job from Tassie, was to bury the jack, gets the jack, gets it fat,
Wow.
with a massive amount of weight, hits the board, comes back on, drops an 8.
Wow.
It was the quietest 8 I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Because it was just circumstances. He
Yeah.
couldn't have done it any better, but couldn't have got a worse result. Funny
So-
game, Bowles. Actually, my phone was just ringing from a guy from Exmouth. And have you ever heard the story about the Exmouth Bowling Club playing at Dubbo in that massive $100,000 or $120,000?
No, is it Dubbo Fours?
The Dubbo Fours?
No, I haven't.
Rightio. So for when you enter into that, you have to put a bit of a bio on your team and what they've done and so forth. And so the person who put it in, bloke called Warren Sargentson, or Sarge as we refer to him as, put in his 4 from Exmouth and said, never lost, been there for 4 years, have never lost a game of pennants. So if you know where Exmouth is, 1,800 k's north of Perth.
Long way.
A long way. They don't play pennants. So indeed, he has never lost a game of pennants. He actually could have said, I've never won a game of pennants.
Yeah, but never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Absolutely. And so they proceeded to get, that's how they got into that Dubbo pause.
Will they get back in?
I think so. I think they helped stump up part of the prize money with
okay.
their pursuits after the game.
Ah.
But not that I endorse or encourage any of that, but they, great club. I actually go up there
Wow.
for 2 events during the year and fly up and one for a mixed event. And then they have a men's 4s carnival in the middle of September. Big prize money, but that aside, it's one of probably the best event in WA, albeit there's a fair bit of socialness about it.
Awesome.
Great club.
So, what has Christine got? It's not going to get there.
Unusual.
So, a bit of a vortex around this jack. Christine Ace-Watson's been brilliant as third. She's played a perfect match. Kristina Krstic as skip has been brilliant as well. This one,
Shoulder coming in here.
but it's still going to drift through. That's probably enough. It could be 2 or it could be 2 here for Tasmania, and it's looking that way at the moment.
So
Christine, this looks much better. She looks right on the money. It just needs to travel and stop.
that's the combination of weight and grass. Well done, AC.
Nicely done. So 1 to WA as the skips make their way down. 3 the difference here. Now the difference is what it was the Packer Van Ash rink. Now it's turned into the Featherby Gibson rink. If Lisa Featherby can start to come back, then Western Australia are a small sniff. They were down by 20 at one stage, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. 13 ends to complete. Just the 3 here, 2 after this. Been an enthralling battle and a great start to the Australian Sides Championships. We got the close one. Little bit of a rub. Oh, that'll work. And she just shakes her head there, Courtney Hobbs, because it was fortunate, but you take them. So now Chrissy just waiting for the noise to settle down on rinks next door. Arriving weight here. Kristina doesn't mind it. If she gets around the front, Kristina Krstic, very close.
I guess the Tassie Bowl, on the scorecard, it only tells you only have to put the number in. You don't have to write in how you did it.
No.
But you reach and thou shall have luck. And again, safe shot. Sit either of those orange bowls for second. Wow.
Oh, she was close to just getting a little nudge on that jack. So Kristina Krstic. And Lisa Featherby has netted a 2. The margin is 8. And now Kristina Krstic's going to stop and just think about this.
So, is there a shot on the forehand with weight, or is it straight?
I'm thinking maybe the same hand, because the shot on the forehand, it's not going to turn much.
No.
It's the same bowl. Get rid of that white one. Stay for possibly 2, depending on how much you can stay for. But I think this is just going to be dead draw.
No, I think so too. If you go through there and you get it wrong and you pump it, the 2 orange balls will go out. Don't need that.
So dead weight here from Kristina Krstic. Can she get the margin back to 7 on the masterboard? Massive bowl. Is a very similar bowl. I think she's going to try and sit this away. It's just not going to turn too much weight on it. So to be 1 more to Tasmania. They narrow the gap on this rink to 2. 17-19. Back to 9 on the masterboard. Hayley Packer and Beck Van Ash. We wait with bated breath to see what's happening on that rink next door.
9 shots. 11 ends.
And that 9 shots is reflected by just the 1 rink at the moment, because we've got a 2-shot lead to WA on rink 1. Rink 2, we have a 2-shot lead to Tasmania. That's dead even. And that 9-shot lead to Mikayla Gibson is what holds Tasmania's buffer at the present. 2 ends to play here on green 1, rink 1. The momentum has ebbed and flowed, and 3 of the last 4 ends have gone the way of Tasmania. They've gone from 18-12 down to 19-17 down. It is very close, Doug Kelly.
It is.
How are the nerves?
Don't feel them, because...
You're lucky.
I mean, because I play bowls, it's not about nerves, it's about process.
Yep. And
keeping that together, because nerves don't get the bowl close, your process does.
Yep.
So... and they're trained to that. They know. Yes, they'll be talking about the big board, and they'll be chatting, high-fiving and talk and encouragement. But end of the day, that counts for nothing when you're on the mat.
So now things open.
And what it does, that forces her to swap hands. But these bowlers are very good. They can do that.
Just have to toss it out on a tighter line here towards the ditch on the backhand for Lisa Smith. I think next rink over, Hayley Packer's clapping something. And I reckon they might have just taken a score here. I'm not sure what it is. We've got people standing in front of it. It is, I think it's 20 all. It is 20 apiece from 19-4 down. Hayley Lazarus Packer. Well, that's a brilliant delivery there from Joy Voss. That'll bring some joy. It's down to 7 on the masterboard. And we'll wait for the Featherby Gibson rink as well.
With the most ends to play, so
yep.
See what that does.
Lisa's very measured on the mat. She takes her time when she needs to, which is so impressive. This one is just going to drift to the back. It is going to stay on the rink, so not a bad home there for Lisa Brannan.
At some stage, you need to own that piece of real estate in a game like this, and she's owning it now is good.
Oh, this is just getting better and better. We've got an end to come after this. Joy Voss, what has she got here? It's going to hold. Has she got the weight? She got the line right. Lisa Brannan. They need to just get control of the mat again.
Yes, they do. Fair point here from Lisa.
Lisa Brannan. They want it to turn. They want it to turn. Great effort.
Couple of consequences with that one. It'll actually lock their bowl in, unfortunately. But I'd be really happy owning that piece of real estate.
Doug, I'm going to let you go.
Yep.
Paul Holschke's going to jump back in before he just jumps in. Oh, hang on, he's found the lolly jar. Wait for him to.
Dropped it 3 inches eating out of that lolly jar, did Paul. That's a great job, Paul. I really.
He does.
We had him in. We allowed him into WA last year, and he certainly did keep us all entertained. Yeah, he does. Caught up with him in Moama as well.
Beautiful.
So it was good fun. Good
Doug,
man. Thanks.
Thank you very much,
Thanks,
mate. We'll hopefully see you before the end of the Nationals, and thank you for jumping on with me, Doug Kelly, the president of Bowls WA. So Paul Holschke's about to join me for the final end and a half of this rink. It's closed up a little bit, and next door from 19-4 down, Hayley Packer has motored back into this as Paul, has he got the headset on? Yes, you bet he has. He's back. Welcome back, Paul.
Did they miss me?
I reckon
I doubt it.
Everybody misses you.
I doubt it. Thanks, Doug. You're a good man.
So
He's a very passionate supporter of bowls in WA.
he is now.
He's also made the BPL Cup National Final. It's interesting to see how he goes at Pine Rivers in November.
Looking forward to seeing him in action.
Be good to see him bowl, won't it?
Yes.
Normally we only see him talking and doing his thing, networking, but now we're actually going to see if he can bowl, which will be exciting.
So, Kristina Krstic sending her instructions to Christine Ace Watson. They need something to happen here because the master board has them 7 behind. What is happening on that Lisa Featherby rink? Nothing as of yet. Lisa is about to send down some bowls. Nicely done from Christine.
Well, we'll have to do a bit of around the grounds, won't we?
Yep. We'll do it after the end, I reckon, Paul. Or maybe if you want to give a couple now. What's the score in the men's?
I'm just trying to update the men's at the moment. The men's WA Tassie game. Blake Nahn has continued on with his fine run of form.
So 44-38 is the score.
That's correct.
In favour of Western Australia's men. What's happening in the Queensland and South Australian men's match?
Well, I did hear that Queensland are starting to peg South Australia back, but not according to this.
47-37 after 50.
Well, Wayne Rudiker is doing his thing. He's leading 24-6 over Sean Baker, and that is the difference at the moment in the game.
Aaron Sheriff leading Nathan Black 19-8.
And Kane Nelson is caught up a little bit against Scott Thorburn. He's only 3 behind. So,
and Kelsey Cottrell over Kate Argent-Bowden. It was 10-9 before. It's now 19-9. And Lindsay Clark and Lainey McGorman, that is a close rink. So Queensland's women look home. Victoria's men and women.
The Northern Territory men, 30 behind Victoria. And 41 behind the Victorian women.
It's only after 41 ends too. Wow.
It's a big deficit. So New South Wales men, 53 to ACT 26.
Chrissy with arriving weight here, Paul. She's mightily close here. What has she got? She's got jack movement right to the back of the rink, and that is how you do it. That's a monstrous bowl in the scheme of things. From possibly
2.
1 down, they are 2 up, and that is going to be desperately hard to get to if you are Courtney Hobbs. You can almost pencil it in for Western Australia this end, and you can almost pencil in them making another dent in this Tasmanian buffer, which did stand as much as 20.
Wow, what a comeback by Hayley Packer.
Oh, we might
It was 17-0, I think, at one stage.
It's 19-4. Just a ridiculously good comeback. This one's not far away here.
Tell you what, she's got it.
She's very... I think she flopped in. Well,
oh, hello.
that's very close.
Extremely close.
Chrissy's got
What do you
Chrissy's got one more to go. I'm not going to say anything.
I think I favour the Tassie Bowl.
I'm not sure.
What about you, Robbie? I'm going with the Tassie Bowl.
Could be one to either. Could even be two to WA.
Very
We don't
close,
know. It's
so,
mightily
anyway.
close. I went the early crow then and said you could almost pencil it in. Well, Chrissy, all she needs is a little bit of jack movement here, and she could make 3. It's going to be hard to get to, but she can do it. Let's see what she wants to go for.
Well, hasn't been updated for a while, these scores, but Haley was 4 to 19, and it's now 20 all.
Absolutely magnificent.
Incredible comeback. That is what changes the game, comebacks like that.
And well, we said it, Paul, the margin was as high as 20 on the masterboard, and that was the major reason why. Lisa Featherby still 9 behind. They haven't yet completed that end. So just waiting to see what happens there.
You can see how long I've been away for, Val. A good 8 ends.
And things
since it
can
was
change
last updated.
on a dime. Kristina Krstic. If this holds, she might be okay. So what is the total going to be? Is it 1 to Tasmania? Is it 1 or 2 to Western Australia? The tape will come out. This is massive in the scheme of things. They've won 2 ends in a row here.
What did Robbie say? Who's got the shot?
He hasn't said.
Oh, he's sitting on the fence, Robbie. I'm going Tassie.
Didn't quite see. 1, 2.
Tassie.
It was.
I was right. Don't get many things right, Val, but I got this one right.
And all of a sudden, they've won 4 of the last 5 ends, and they've narrowed it down to 1. There wasn't much more that Western Australia could have done. In fact, I pretty much ruled out the end there for Tassie, but that is a bomb and a half from Courtney Hobbs.
You went the early crow.
Has she lost the jack here, though? Has it stayed in bounds? It has. So, final end. 1 shot the difference. 8 on the masterboard. Western Australia need to win this end to win the rink. And is this the right... Well, is this long enough? Are we going to get an umpire to check this?
I think it's right.
Should be,
Call
surely.
the umpire.
I think they're going to play it, are they? Yep.
Yeah, happy.
It's fine. No problems.
I'd be happy to face you over that length, Val, in a game of cricket.
Game of cricket. Okay.
Oh, 21 metres.
Yeah. Seems okay. Now,
Pitch is 21 metres.
trying to have a look. That Lisa Featherby rink has been updated. Just a couple of people standing in the way. Try and see what that total is, because that will hold a massive... it's 17 to 7. And then
Wow.
Beck Van Ash has taken 1. So they've extended it by 3 now here.
Well, in the Queensland versus South Australian men's game, South Australia is skipping away 54 to 38.
Wow. That's a massive result.
Nathan Black has pegged his way back against Aaron Sheriff. He's only trailing 15 to 19.
Wow, so he's taken a fair few there. It was 19 to 7, wasn't it?
Something like that.
So South Australia, look, they might be home and host here, but
This will be a massive upset.
across the last 3 ends that have been completed here, Tassie have taken 3-1, so they've extended it back to 9.
Lisa
10.
Smith. She's bowled well today.
So Hayley Packer trailing Rebecca Van Ash 21-20.
So Beck's on 21, is she?
Yes.
It's a bit hard to see from here.
I just caught a glimpse of it
Well done. Good work.
before people stood in the way. This is brilliant here from Joy Voss. Probably stands for one.
I haven't pulled out Joy to the World yet.
No, not yet. If they do win, it'll be joy to the world.
It will be Joy to the World.
Because they were up 12-4. Then they went behind 18-12. And now they're one behind here, this Tasmanian quartet.
All right, Lisa Brannan from Mount Pleasant.
Is it a pleasant result?
It's just going to skip on through. She might have got a little speeding fine for that.
What a tie we've had this morning. 7 ends to complete.
So in the men's, WA are leading by 6.
Joy Voss. That's great shooting for the final end.
So the men are way behind. They're only played 15, 16 and 17 ends. And this
You
is
see a lot more killed ends in the men's events, though. We've been really quick. All of these ladies have been so quick on the mat. So,
it's tightening up over here in the men's game.
what's happening? What's the score? 6 the difference, it seems.
Just trying to find a Jack East rink. Someone standing in front of the scoreboard. Oh, 10-14. So they're 14 to Jack East.
So 8 the difference in favour of Western Australia. So just missing there, Mikayla Baker. Final end of this match. The thirds about to do their final couple of rolls. One more to come for Baker and Ace Watson.
What can Christine do here?
Christine, Ace Watson, has she got the legs? Just needs to run a bit more.
She has played well, though, hasn't she, in this game?
Had everything right there. What a rink we've had. Almost at the 3-hour mark. We've got 6 bowls to come. 1 left for Mikayla Baker and Christine Ace Watson. And then the skips, Kristina Krstic and Courtney Hobbs. Tasmania have led from the outset. They have been magnificent across the masterboard here. This rink has been the one where Western Australia have sort of kept things at bay. Hayley Packer has fought back against Beck Van Ash, was down 19-4 and has come back in mighty fashion. It's been high scoring.
That's really what's won it for the...
Well, what's won it for Tasmania at the moment is that Mikayla Gibson rink, because that is the difference.
17-10.
17-10 now.
Oh, 17-7. Sorry, I apologise. Getting the wrong rink.
So, but it's a 10-shot difference, and on the masterboard, it's 10. So can Lisa Featherby peg that back and make this more dramatic than it already is?
So as we know, every rink counts.
Every shot counts.
Every shot does count, correct. But also rink wins, helps with the overall. It might come down to rink wins or shot difference. So currently Tasmania holding 1, maybe.
Oh, it could be as much as 3. It could be as low as 1. It's close.
It's hard to tell.
It's all down to the skips now, though. Courtney Hobbs to send down her first of this final end. They've won 11 ends to 9 Western Australia.
Okay, Courtney coming down on her backhand. She's a little bit wide.
It's coming.
It is coming.
Has she got the legs?
It's a knock.
Courtney Hobbs. Oh, that's number 1.
That's a great bowl.
That is number 1.
The Greens have definitely sped up over this course of this game.
It's the right hand to be going on. So now Kristina Krstic, she's got 2 left to try and obstruct things. What a match we've had this morning.
Certainly had
Beck and Hayley, they're on the mat next door.
It's hard to tell from here.
Very close. Very.
Going on the second rink.
Can't see stickers or anything like that, but will be updated very soon, I'm sure. Kristina Krstic.
On the forehand, looking to draw it in.
Too wide.
Just hung out there, unfortunately. Just didn't turn. Obviously, as we said, the narrow hand. And have a chat to Emma Boyd about the line for that hand.
So Chrissy's got one more bowl to try and change everything up here.
Well, from what we're seeing here, looking for a covering bowl. Mikayla Baker. I think he's standing where she would like Courtney to deliver the bowl to, and she's done it
Well, if
beautifully. That's a great spot
it is. So it's going to have to be dead draw for Kristina Krstic. This is a massive bowl. They are down game right now. They need to score, not just for the rink win, but for the overall masterboard. They are down by 10. Beck Van Ash has scored another one. So they lead it by 11 on the masterboard. Tasmania are closing in. Rosemary, what a game. My heart hammering, will not get to sleep. I know it's a bit like that. It's hard when you watch something so pulsating so late at night. You get so wired. It's so hard to get to sleep. Final bowl of this first rink and the first live stream game of the 2024 Australian Sides Championships at Club Tweed. Lisa Featherby's taken a 2.
I'd say this rink comes down to this bowl.
Well, it's the last bowl.
Well, who wins this rink?
So Kristina Krstic, she's
Looking for the-
stalking. She's
looking-
so close.
looking for the
Kristina.
jack.
Kristina Krstic got the jack, and I think
it's gonna
she's
be a draw.
one down. She did everything right. Are they going to get a measure? She can't quite believe it. It hit her own bowl and rebounded off. And I think...
Can we get a replay of that, Robbie, please?
No replay for that, unfortunately. But it's 19 all in the end. They win the last 4 ends with singles, do Tasmania.
It's probably a fitting result.
What an
Val,
effort
for this game.
from Kristina Krstic. She was so close and just edged the jack out wide. So in the end, Tasmania hold on for a draw. 19 apiece puts the masterboard to 48 to 58. What a final end it was. You can go back and watch that if you want to see the end on BA's YouTube channel. But Paul Holschke, thank you very much, mate. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Val. You've done a great job once again. And Robbie on the switches.
Thank you to Robbie Allen for his vision work this morning. 19 apiece between the Kristina Krstic Western Australian and Courtney Hobbs Tasmanian rinks. Stay tuned. Later on, we'll bring you the full update of what happened in this morning's session. 1 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time in about an hour and 33 minutes. We're going to draw in this rink. We'll catch you in just over an hour and a half's time.